Is Nikki our most guested guest?
I believe she is.
Wow.
I'm really flattered.
That
it means a lot to me.
Pretty wild.
When I ask you if I can do the podcast, it's always with a million, like, no pressure.
It's my dream.
But I really it's a great way to hang out with you. I know it's like with lights and cameras and microphones, but I feel like we quickly let go of that. I don't know. It's just a great way. Things come out of me. I learn stuff. I was like meditating on the way here. And I was like, I feel like I'm gonna like make out with Whitney today. Like, because I know that's like the weird, I don't even know why I just said that. But like, that is how you make me, you're so beautiful to look at. You make me feel so like seen and warm. And like, I was just like, I need like a Whitney hug. I just felt good coming into here today.
You are so nice to me and I love you. And I feel like true friends, which, you know, the older I get, or maybe the more like girl friendships I sort of get better at and realize never worked and it wasn't my fault. It was never a match, or going through friend breakups is always weird. But I do feel like in romantic relationships, I'm always like, trauma bonding is bad. The faster something is, the more unhealthy it is. But like for sometimes I feel like if you really know yourself as a person, as you get older, like you can make old new friends fast.
Yes.
And I would have thought that was toxic like 2 years ago.
Really?
I would have thought my feelings towards you were toxic, but now I think they're actually like healthy, and I know who I am, and we actually have really good boundaries.
Really good.
But I feel like when we connect hard. But I never am like, is she mad at me? It's
I'm
like,
so glad.
Why isn't? If you don't text me back, maybe you're probably going like, yeah, bitch, I don't. Text
I'm trying to send you a message. You didn't get it.
I'm like, I don't take it personally.
Yeah,
I know it's because you don't want to. No, I just feel like you're busy and you have stuff going on.
Okay, I need to be a little bit more obvious.
More fair.
No, but that makes me feel good. I love that because I feel that with you. Like when there's been time, it's so lovely with you because we have such a we're so open about having boundaries, and you were so full of like that kind of messaging. There have been times where I'm like, Whitney, I need to go, and I'm gonna like do exactly what I know that you'll respect me to do, and like it's so hard for me to be like. Like when you're really connecting, or I have to go, or I want to give you what I think you need, even though you don't need it. Like you were at the Comedy Store last night, and I was like, I could have crossed paths with you, and then I was just like, I just got it because I know I want to just talk to you, and
that's really where I know that about myself too. I will drain my own energy on somebody if I see them, and I'll avoid them. Not to be like, it's not that I don't want to talk to you. I just like want to talk to you so bad, and I know this will go till 2 a.m, and I'll abuse myself with you.
Yes.
I know what you guys are thinking. Where did Whitney get her cute sweatshirt? This I got on some very sketchy website, and I don't encourage it. This was a mistake. You guys see the stuff that comes in the mail. The only thing that has not been a mistake that I put on my body in the last couple years, frankly, is this workout stuff.
Viore. Yeah. When I'm not wearing my hydrate and masturbate sweatshirt, I'm in a Viore sweatsuit.
Emily is wearing a shirt that says hydrate and masturbate.
It was a gift.
and Grace is wearing a jacket that says Donna. She stole it from someone. And so we needed this. We needed an upgrade in our looks.
They're designed to look great in everyday life, aka outside the gym, and they're perfect for any workout activity.
So here's the thing about me is that you never know when I'm going to work out.
Oh, that's so
very true. It is. It could come at any moment. And I'm always kind of working out.
Yep. In many ways, Viore is an investment in your happiness. So for our listeners, they are offering 20% off your first purchase.
Because like yeast infections, I just feel like are out. Personally. A lot of workout clothes, you're not getting the amount of oxygen you need to your crevices. And I've had it.
Get yourself some of the most comfortable and versatile clothing on the planet.
Isn't it versatile?
Versatile.
It could be
potato.
Depends on how fancy
tomato,
you're feeling.
Crayon or crown?
Crayon.
This is not going to work.
Viore.com/Whitney. That's VUORI.com/Whitney.
You owe it to your crevices.
Yep. And not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns.
Don't make people look at your ratty workout clothes either.
Go to Viore.com/Whitney and discover the versatility of Viore clothing.
Okay, so folks, this weekend is a big, big weekend.
Jesus is coming back.
Jesus is returning on Sunday. And also my career is going to end because we are doing a live Good For You podcast No cuts, no Emily going, we can't say that, we need to cut that. I'm just going to say it. And what are you going to do? Nothing. The live show is going to be, we're going to have like bowls of drugs and random things.
We're going to fry our brains.
We're also playing Strip Truth or Dare. And then Bert Kreischer is joining as well. And like by the way, just can we stop for a second? Who wrote this copy? Was it you?
No, it was me. Why?
Really? We're going to be playing
pink.
drinking games, Strip, Truth, or Date?
Okay, first of all,
It's a little bit of that is just such a
That's a
funny
Freudian
slip. Instead of Truth or Dare, you wrote
Truth or
Truth or
date.
Date.
Tell me the truth, or you have to go on a date with me.
And it's going to be, we're going to do some damage. I go hard at Truth or Dare. I don't
so
play
scared.
around.
I'm
No.
scared.
What you guys saw in the Jen Kramer episode where I got blackout drunk by accident, that was after like 2 weeks of editing. It was that insane.
You have to get your tickets at momenthouse.com/goodforyou. April 17th, 6 p.m.
Pacific Standard Time.
Easter will be over. You'll found your eggs.
I love you guys. And back to the guest.
For sure.
Cool. Can I just jump around? Because I've not
Please.
talked about this at all publicly about the Will Smith thing. Have you talked about it so much already?
Just a little bit, but not since I've actually had time to like think on it. So,
I mean,
excited.
whatever.
You haven't talked about it on your podcast?
No, I haven't had a comedian on. Like we haven't
Yeah.
recorded since.
Yeah.
And it was I never also want to be one of those people that's like, let me give you my take to try to like get some clout from like something awful that happened, or like I don't need to, no one is like standing by. Like I have to like watch that with myself. I'm like, everybody's like getting so many likes on Instagram, giving their take. I guess I need to give mine. And I'm like, no, I'll just like.
Oh, I was going crazy on Twitter that night, but then the next day, Gary Delabate from the Stern Show called. Like I woke up at 6:00 in the morning to go pee, and I saw my phone, and it was like Gary being like, "Hey, could you call the show?" Like,
Yes, I mean,
and I was like, I just was like, why did I see? Do you ever get asked to do something and you go, I got to do it because that's such like a great Like I can't say no to Stern. I just don't say no to Stern, but I'm also like, it would have been nice to just miss this because I don't know what I think yet, and I have a feeling I'm going to put my foot in my mouth. So
Yeah.
I did say stuff on there that I'm glad that I stand by, but I have more opinions on it now.
I guess to me, I have like a couple. Like I just like, I'm all, obviously like what he did was disgusting. You know, as a comedian, I'm always going to like play here. The tweet I deleted, which I cannot believe Twitter got me to delete a tweet, but I did it. It was about, like, of course, the guy that made a documentary called Good Hair is going to go after the bald chick. It was like something in
That was very ironic.
I know. Well, no, it's like, what did you think? Of course, you know, it was like something in that. It was just like on so many levels. Like the more I think about it, the more fucked up it gets.
Where were you when it happened? Were you
That
watching?
is so funny. I was not watching. No, I
It's
was
like
not.
the new.
I know. Where were
when it
you?
went
Where
down?
were you?
Yeah.
Which is so annoying because
Last
that's a Chris
night-
Rock joke. Where were you?
Oh my God, that's so true.
Yeah.
Last night I was at the store and Mark Maron was like, I was watching it live and I was like, like I'm like, some people saw it live and I didn't see it live, but I think I kind of want to like.
If I saw it live, I would have thought it was fake. There's no way I would have been.
I don't know what I would have thought. I think the muting where it went muted, that would have led me to believe that it was not fake.
I can't play it back because Chris, like seeing him not be scared at all, because the likelihood of that happening was
Who would've
so
thought?
impossible that Chris is like, what are you doing, man? Like, hey, like when you think about like the number of steps he had to change his mind to like back out of it, to turn it into like a noogie or like I came up here angry, but like, and I'll do a fake slap or like a fake,
yeah.
like you know what I mean? It could have like,
A lot of bad decisions.
yeah,
made.
the person that just was in 20 minutes going to win the best actor award couldn't act like he had his
crazy.
shit together in that moment. Like, so I don't think we can even.
Does anyone remember that he won Best Actor? I mean, like that was completely eclipsed by this. Like it was an afterthought.
Here's the
that
thing.
was a huge deal for
I don't
Will Smith
have
to win Best Actor.
wild.
Right. That already is like so. That would have been so exciting without all of this. Like that would have been such a cool moment. Will Smith, Will Smith.
Yeah, like
Who we grew up with.
yeah,
Like,
you know what?
Men in Black, Fresh Prince. He's Academy Award winning.
That is
Best
an alternative universe. That is string theory, like
Yeah.
an alternative reality.
No.
My mind didn't even realize what we lost.
Yes,
like
we
that
would've-
moment.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Will Smith, summertime. Like,
where were you? So tell me how it went down for you.
I was, I am in a okay, so I identify as an addict. We all know that. I am addicted to Ozark in a way that is like I'm watching it driving. Like,
are you rewatching it or
no? Didn't watch it the first time.
Oh, got it.
Here's the thing. So the same way, if I were to be a drug user, I know that when I do drink, sometimes I'll go, I'm going to skip dinner, so it hits harder. Like I don't.
Oh, you want to feel it?
I'll feel it harder.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Ozark, I was like, I'm gonna wait. Like the only thing better than Ozark is Ozark
back to back, and like not having to wait between seasons,
not having to hear people talk about it, and like sort of like I watched Mad Men in December.
What?
It was, if you thought it was good 10 years ago, now
oh my God,
it's so much better.
Wait, so
I like to sit on shows.
You were watching Ozarks while driving through an intersection.
Oh, like fully. I'm driving. Oh yeah. So I was addicted to Ozark, and then my friend Nick comes in and is like, "Dude," and I was like, "What?" And he's like, "You got to watch the Oscars," and I'm like, "When has anyone said that in the last 10 years?" And he's like, "I'm telling you, trust me, this is wild." And he was like careful to show it to me. I was like, did someone fall? Like, what, did someone say the N-word? Like, you know, and he showed it to me, and I just had this pit in my stomach, and I've had a pit in my stomach since.
Yeah. I've had a lot of time. Obviously, we've had, how long has it been? A week and a half.
A week and a half, yeah.
I feel what I've determined, and this is just obviously speculation, is that Will Smith, obviously he is someone with that deeply in pain. Hurt people. We all know that. But I think that what was on the other side of that look he got from his wife was more threatening to his, happiness than what he was going to do up there to Chris Rock. So he had a decision. Deal with this, which could be, who knows what that could be. A month of getting iced out at home.
Because here's what I'm thinking
Her
about.
going off and doing things to hurt me.
Like, I'm fascinated by, like, because it seems like there was a history there, you know, like with, like, Chris had made jokes about him before. Like, just as comedians, like, who's our Will Smith in 10 years? Who's going to be like, enough, Nikki, enough, Whitney. Like, that's the last straw. Like,
I think he was really, his anger towards
I think mine is Chris Angel.
Projected up there. What?
I feel like one day Chris Angel is just going to come up to me and be like, fuck you. And I'm like, what?
Well, you're not going to see it coming.
No, it's just I didn't realize how many times I've made fun of
illusionist.
him. You know? Yeah. I'm also not going to see him coming because I could probably never get him hard or to come. But that's a different story. Ta-da!
I did see a poster of him in Vegas, and I go, are you serious with this? Do you want people to take you seriously?
Those are the people that lose their mind, dude. I'm telling you, he's like putting on that Urban Decay eyeliner every morning.
Oh my God.
And like means it. So my thing is like, I feel like when we make people punchlines, like it's just we're putting a target on our back for those people to snap. And
it's a good. I think
who do we need to stop making fun of?
I feel like I don't know. I feel like honestly, myself. Like I need to still like stop being mean because I'm going to get myself in. I don't know. Like because I feel like that's the person that I always like. Like sometimes I really feel like I like bully myself, like try to come up with the meanest thing that I would like cyberbully with. Like I'll imagine people are going to say that I don't read comments anymore, but what I imagine that I would write if I was a sicko and wanted to like get, like that's what I'll come up with. Like could they say about me? And then all of a sudden I'm like formulating these.
Well, isn't that kind of part of what I think,
like all caps locked.
I think being a comedian, it's like, I'm going to hurt myself before you can hurt me. Yeah. I'm going to say the worst thing so that you can't. I mean, it's like the quote I love of being a comedian is, we did it to control how we're embarrassed. Like, I'm just going to embarrass myself and control the situation. Yes. But I mean, like, punchline. I just feel like we watched a man break.
Yes.
Like, break. Yeah. And it was like, you know, making fun of people. It is like all fun and games until society is on the, like, hinge of collapse and people just start, like, breaking down. And I just think it's so funny to think about, like, all those people out there that are walking punchlines that we're just like, oh, how did we think this was going to end?
It is. Do you think that the seating had anything to do with this? Like, you know how they used to be seated in rows? Like, if he had to go, like, excuse me, and like get through people, climb up like Roberto Benigni over people, it would have been like
it was a straight shot. I mean, it was incredibly direct, but God, I just like to watch, and I haven't processed this with anyone yet.
Right.
Because I'm sure I'm going to like, you know, it's just so incendiary. I mean, we did on the Good For You Instagram page, we did a photo of Jada Pinkett Smith, and it was like, get your wife's name out of your mouth, and then it said Jada's mouth, and it was like 1 million hot dogs in her mouth.
Oh my God, I saw that, yeah.
I feel like I feel bad talking about Will Smith, Chris Rock stuff now.
I think we have empathy for both sides. We admit that we don't know the full story. It made us feel sad. We're not acting like victims. We're not acting like this is... Like someone last night referred to it as like the 9/11 of comedy. And I was just like, let's easy. Like comedians, we need to be a little less self-important about
Of course.
But
I think
it was just a weird, sad moment. It felt like a fever dream.
I like to go like, what are the takeaways just really quick? I think something that I hear a lot from people, which by the way, my number one pet peeve right now is when you say something and on Twitter, everyone will be like, not the take. You're like, I don't. Not the take.
That just like made me feel so much shame just even hearing not the take.
You know
like,
the take? Taylor. When I go to your bio on Twitter, it's like proud dad of Lola and Olivia.
Why is
like,
that such a shameful phrase?
Not
that
the
makes
take.
me really just want to.
But why do I then go, oh my God, you're right, it's not. I'm like, what?
Head
like
for the fake
I didn't
Newtons.
sign up to have the takes.
Yeah.
I signed up to make the jokes.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying?
And I get it wrong. Okay. It's not the take. Well, okay. This little like passive aggressive, not the take. Like there's a better way to tell me
Can
I'm
you
wrong.
imagine if comedians always were right? Like, what is fun in that? Do you know what I mean? Like, it just is like, I'm just here to be
Absolutely.
the silly goose.
Yes.
And so, not the take drives me nuts. So, I'm trying to not say. But
Do
like,
you think that we're going to get more people trying to punch us on stage and like assault us? Do you think that's going to be a thing? Because I do.
I think in general, what I'm going to say is I think that it's not just a comedian thing. I think it's everybody's at their breaking point. And I think we're not designed for this kind of fame. We're not designed for this kind of social media feedback. Will Smith, when he signed up to be famous, the first 30 years he was famous, there was no one being like, hey, so what's up with your wife cheating on you? Like, you could do that stuff in private.
Yeah.
The idea of being that famous with that many people knowing your business and feeling the kind of emasculation on that scale, I don't think human beings are designed for it. And I think we watched Will Smith. I think we will look back in 50 years and go, remember when we let famous people read their social media? Remember when we let famous
We
people...
lost so many good ones because we let them read them.
Remember when we let celebrities
Smoking
tweet
on planes. Yeah, it's
and
gonna
then
be...
read their comments? You know, it's like we just see, like, remember when like someone would put out a movie and someone would go like, you didn't cast an autistic person to play an autistic person? Cancel. Like, it's just like... We just let someone read all that feedback. Like, I think that, like, you know, famous people, it's hard because they have so much money. It's hard to have any compassion for them.
And they asked for it. You know what you were getting into.
You know what,
no,
but
you
like
don't.
hasn't
anyone ever gone into something and thought it was going to be some way? And just a regular person that says that goes, you're famous and that's what you wanted. You knew what you were getting. You're putting yourself out there. We get to judge you. I didn't know it was going to be like this. I didn't know it would feel like
any
this.
job.
Don't you relate to that?
So Will Smith who's done all these amazing movies, whatever. Like, if he has a dud, if he has a clunker of a movie, we're like, clunker, bomb. In what job? At H&R Block, when a job goes wrong, there are people like, you fucking bomb that. Like, you would go to human resources. Like, this is the only job where it's like people can talk to you like that.
It's so funny. David Spade was talking about his Hollywood Minute was on SNL that
Loved
bit
it.
he used to do. That was the only, he was talking about, he was like, there was no making fun of celebrities back then, ever. It was just like, only glorifying them. That is it. There was he was the only, that was the first time. And now that is most of the noise about celebrities.
But here's what I'll say, and these are also people. It's hard to feel sorry for celebrities. I get it, but these are people that are like emotionally stunted. That basically went, I just want strangers to love me. I want to disappear into other identities.
We didn't know
so
that people wouldn't like us.
Strangers
We thought
love
we'd be the
me.
exception.
This is a very psychologically fragile person already. Okay,
Yes.
Already. These are like, I mean, I think a lot of like big actors and people that got famous young, like you do kind of freeze at the age you became famous. I believe that. And then you're like, you have to kind of be a child in a lot of ways. You know, you get things brought to you all the time. Like, just the idea of consequences just go out the window. I'm not having sympathy for people that have been enabled this long, but it's just the idea that we just like let them loose and like let them read their comments. You know, I don't know. I don't think that human beings are designed for fame.
If middle schoolers or like that's cyberbullying. Like,
there's also a lot of, and everyone's famous in their own way. If you're in Pensacola and you have 10,000 followers, you're famous. If you're the local weather girl, like fame doesn't have to mean 70 million people. I mean, there's a lot of evidence that points to like, we're not designed for mirrors.
Oh, right.
There are no mirrors in nature.
Yes.
Zero. Like, we're not designed to see ourselves.
Until movies, that's what's so captivating about movies is because evolution. I don't know the word for it. Evolutionarily, we have never been able to be that close to a human's face without them seeing us. It is bizarre. It is insane. There's never been a time where you could stare at someone's face that close and see them.
The only time
and they don't know.
The only time you would be that close to a human, Gavin DeBecker talks about this, is the reason there's so many like dangerous parasocial relationships now with celebrities and people thinking they're in relationships with them. Like, it's getting
It's as if you were in a relationship.
The only time you would ever get that close to anyone is if you were about to kiss them. You
Yes.
see their laugh lines,
We
you
don't
see their
think about that.
pores. Like it really, and so I do think we will look back and go like, okay, when a famous person, we'll protect famous people more. I mean, when you think about the amount of people that have died, whether it's like Amy Winehouse and Heath Ledger, like Whitney Houston, those people are dead, dude. That's like, I was watching the Whitney Houston documentary and I was like, we are blood on all our hands. Because then it becomes a punchline. Like every talk show host is like, yeah, because she does crack and she's a crackhead and she's a this. It's like, you look back at the way we treated like Britney Spears and these people and you're just like.
We almost lost her. That was real close.
You're like, I know they're rich, but that is what we're all telling ourselves to get away with like really gross behavior towards other human beings.
We're just as guilty as that girl who texted the guy, get back in the car and kill yourself. Like that's what adults cyberbully other adults, but they get away with it. If you were a middle schooler doing that, you'd be kicked out of school. Like kids are protected from cyberbullying, but celebrity, we're all like stunted children getting to help people tell us. People tell me to kill myself all the time. People tell me like the worst things about that, and I'm not. But I asked for it because I'm a celebrity.
But I think that we are a little bit at the brink. So like to answer your question about our comedians going to get hit more and all that kind of stuff, like who knows? I do think everyone's on the brink. Like we were just in Dallas, like a fight just broke out in Dallas, like really? At the end of the show. I think everyone's just at their last fucking nerve.
Yeah.
I think that after the pandemic, everyone's living through their phone vicariously. You have all the control in the world. You only get things
now we're
marketed.
really opening up and people can't handle it.
No, you only get marketed things that you want to buy. You only see news that you want to see. You only follow
and
people.
So when you see something that you don't want.
And then you go out in public and you can't control any of this. That's like my fear about all the metaverse stuff and all this thing where you get to control your world. You live on video games and then you go out into the world and you can't control people's behavior. And you're like,
oh my God.
We're so desensitized to anything unpredictable happening.
Listen, that is the take. I like that.
Like, I think we're just these feral animals and like our nature is, I mean, this guy basically was just like trying to get out of the aisle and he got too close to this guy and he just knocked him out. I think we're all at like peak, like, and I think what we saw with Will was like a confluence of a lot of that. But I do think it's like people are just going to start breaking more and more.
Yes.
Just losing their shit. Like this whole illusion of like civilized society, I feel like is just kind of starting to fall apart.
Yeah. And this was the first sign of it. The slap at the Oscars was like, oh, that was it. That's when things started to get really weird.
Which is also weird when we're like, okay, we watched all these celebrities die and overdose and kill themselves and hang themselves. And we're like, but that is the thing where we were like,
yeah,
this is wild.
Because it's the Oscars. That does not, I mean, maybe the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
But like not the
maybe
Oscars.
The Razzies. Yeah. But I also think that Chris like won't really talk about it that much, weirdly.
No.
Like everyone's like, when's he going to talk about it? I'm like, it's not even.
No.
If I'm him, I'm never, like the idea that the physical harm, like all that, but the idea that you like, this is, like Chris Rock is such a great comedian that I think he'll be able to like, obfuscate this with great work after this. But the idea that it's like, you just made my legacy about this.
I know. That's the shame. It's like, this is.
And here's one thing I will say. What I did, I just did like a corporate, every time I'm Googled, this will come up. Mm-hmm. Like you did that.
Yes.
Like you embarrassed me, and you took my Google searches forever.
That is his mark.
Like that to me is just like the most fucked up shit you can do. People that are like, well, why did he come after his wife and da-da-da. If you're walking into a situation where you understand that comedians are going to be making jokes and you're one of the most famous people in the world in a weird ass relationship that everyone's always made fun of, chances are like you might get made fun of.
Yes.
And I did this corporate gig recently where I was like doing this roast and Paris Hilton was there and she texted me before and she was like, can you not make fun? Like, can I just see? Like,
good for her.
Literally, she goes like, I go, let me send you the joke right now. It was like about her and like
Love
her.
it.
It wasn't her at her expense at all. It was like, But I was like, I am so fucking proud of you. That is so fucking punk rock. I sent her the joke. She's like, oh my God, thank you. She was just like, I know what I'm walking into. I know.
That girl has been working on herself. That's something that a healthy person does.
I know who I am.
This is what I need.
I know who you are. I know the situation. I can read context clues, and I'm just going to be an adult and send you a message.
Yes.
So it's like if Will Smith knew he was walking, he could have been like, hey, Chris,
yeah,
could you be easy on us tonight? Like you could.
It could have gotten to the writers, and it would have been a note that everyone had to heed of like, don't go there.
Just like, hey, I know the situation I'm walking into.
Situations we know when things are off limits, and we have to abide by those. And we don't go, actually, I'm going to go hard. Like, we're not cruel
It was
people.
just literally when that happened, when I was like, oh, maybe he got hit sideways and da-da-da. And I was like, no, like, it is just, comedians never want to hurt anyone. It's just like the idea that people are like being so hard on comedians now. And we're like, remember like 5 years ago when the stereotype is we were like mentally ill and depressed and all suicidal and like we're all crazy and fragile. And now you guys are just like hitting us. When
people are ever like, oh, whoa, are you going to roast me? Like, I'm scared of you. I'm always like, I'm the opposite of that. That is just me writing. Those are like, jokes are like math problems. I'm not like, there's truth behind them, but I do not think of that way. And
this joke about you has nothing to do with you.
Nothing to do with you.
It's just a good joke.
I know, and I'm not like that at all. It just, that is, roasts have kind of, and I'm sure you have it too, have given me like this kind of reputation that I cannot live up to of being like a ball buster.
I'm going to start doing,
girl.
I think I'm not sure if the deal's going to happen or not, but I'm going to start doing, I remember over the pandemic, I remember being like, I have this weird superpower of writing roast jokes that I can never use, I feel like anymore. Mm-hmm. And it's just like sitting on the bench here. And so I was like, God, you know where you can do roast now? I was like, OnlyFans. Like, I was like, there's videos of like dirty videos and dirty photos. I'm like, what if there's a place where it's like dirty jokes that you can't tell anywhere else? And so I might start doing little roasts on OnlyFans.
That's so fun.
Yeah, because it's also, you can't go through a paywall, go on to OnlyFans, and then be like, you're punching down. It's like, you're here. We're down in the mud. We're all in the fucking mud. You don't get to say that I'm like, any of this is problematic. Like, we know what this is. I guess it's just too serious to joke about or whatever. Like, I didn't realize,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You did not? Oh, okay.
Well, it's like, if you criticize their marriage, you're coming after a black woman. If you criticize, it's just like, it's so incendiary. And I think a lot of people are just like, white people shouldn't insert themselves in this. Mm-hmm. But it's also like, as comedians, I feel like it's, we should be able to talk about what happens when someone assaults a comedian on stage.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of that night of like, white people need to sit this one out. Like, I read that a lot. And as soon as I read that, I go into like, fuck. Like, you're right. Like, I just always assume they're right because who am I to say that they're not right? Like, it's kind of a statement that you get and you go, I really don't have any.
But I also want to go like, hey, Scientology is a white person problem. So I feel like you need to set this one up.
Scientologists.
I mean,
did they come out and say they weren't? Like, I don't know the history of that.
I mean, it's no one will say it because no one will say it. But yes, I'm not worried the Scientologists come fucking at me, dude. I'll stick my robot on you. Like, you think you guys are fucking crazy? I'm not afraid of Scientology.
Really?
At all.
I am. You guys are cool.
What are you gonna do? By the way,
you guys are totally fine.
What are you gonna fucking do, dude? The problem is, here's what I realized. Comedians are invincible. You can't humiliate me. You can't embarrass me. What are you gonna fucking do?
That's a really good point.
What are you gonna do to me?
Grateful. That's how they.
That's
how Scientology stays powerful. Is that it has people's secrets and it bribes them and says, "Well, I'm going to tell everyone you're gay."
What are you going to take money? Sue me? I guess you audit. Like, they basically stole from 12-step programs. Like, you reveal all your secrets, and that's how you're going to have grace and all this kind of stuff. But like, they're just like letting kids die of seizures. Like, I'm not. I don't fuck with you guys
because we'll tell people you're gay. And then you won't get in movies anymore.
Why? By the way,
even though everyone
being
already
gay
knows
is the
you're
only
gay.
way to get into movies right now.
I know. But they're I think they keep them like they keep it like the 80s in there. Like, where that would have been ruining your career. All the guys that they have that they're keeping these gay secrets on are conditioned to think that will ruin their careers, even though it would be great for the three men I'm mainly talking about, like the ones we all know.
Yeah, it's
allegedly.
just so, I mean, I don't know. On the other hand, sometimes I'm like super pro Scientology because I'm like, if you're susceptible to this, like, please be locked in a building. Because if you weren't doing this.
I think people are so susceptible to brainwashing. And like,
interesting.
It's just, I agree with you of like, okay, bye. Like,
yeah, like get good. If you think this is a good idea, maybe stay in there because who knows what else you think is a good idea.
Yes. But I also feel like everyone thinks they're not susceptible to brainwashing when we kind of already are in certain ways, in different ways. And like so many family members have been lost to like Fox News of people that were like, he used to be like sane. Like that's a type of brainwashing.
I had this neuroscientist on the podcast the other day and I actually thought of you because he was like, we're going to look back in 50 years and you'll get canceled if there's like a photo of you like eating meat. Or like stuff like that. Or like what are the things we're doing now?
Yes.
Like I feel like even just now talking about like, oh, people's brains were just wired that way. We shamed people that wanted to jerk off in public. We were like, ew, like the idea that we'll probably look back at that one day, the way that we look at the way they like had children working in factories. We're like, oh my God, we can't believe we ever treated people like that.
I'm kind of like, I don't shame people for like, I actually do think that no one chooses, we don't have free will. I 100% think that, and I know it because I've read enough about it and it's a freaky concept, but no, because
we're in a simulation.
I don't know about that yet. I haven't been on Rogan since he moved to Austin, but I don't know. What I do know is that when the argument that I always like to talk about is when someone does like a mass shooting or something and they kill them and they do an autopsy on their brain and they're like, this guy was normal, what happened? They open him up and they go, oh my God, he had a tumor that was pressing on his amygdala. This makes sense. That's why this guy did it. But truthfully, anytime anyone does anything, it's because something's going on in their brain. Yet we excuse it when we can see it. But most of the time we cannot see it. But no one wants to be, I'm not excusing this behavior. No one wants to be a pedophile. No one, if you were given a choice, and I know that there's a part of me that obviously does not have sympathy for those people but there is a part of me, honestly, that thinks I wish that they had a place to go so they could go, listen, I'm attracted to kids and I haven't done anything about it. Sure. Please help me because there's nowhere to go for them.
No, of course not. And it's like, I mean, look, you go and you get shamed. People go, oh, you're disgusting. And they take you to jail. I mean, there's a place to go for them. It's called prison, You guys, I don't know how many times I have to say this. I'm getting sick of repeating myself.
Are you sure?
Oh God. I am not. If there's anything I hate doing, it's repeating myself. And I won't do it again.
Okay.
And I am sick of talking and saying this. Because there's nothing I hate more than talking and giving my opinions and lecturing you guys on how to make the same choices I make. So I've said it for a year and a half now. I've told you I take ritual vitamins. Are you deaf? Are you just not listening? Are you just trying to make a point? Is this a prank?
Are you mental?
I've said this 1,000 times. I've said it. I'm not going to say it again.
All right.
If you two want to say it, you can.
I'll say it because I've only said it.
Because boundaries are for us.
Ritual is essential for women 18 plus multivitamin was formulated from exhaustive research to help fill nutrient gaps in the diets of
18
women
and plus.
ages 18 plus. It is formulated with nutrients to help support brain health, bone health, blood health, and provide antioxidant support. But Ritual did not stop there, did they, Grace?
No.
They
wouldn't dream of it.
What did they do?
They invested in gold standard university-led clinical trials to prove the impact of their essential for women 18 and up multivitamin, which is also just gorgeous. And right now, Ritual is offering my listeners.
Thinking it. I'm theming
Ritual's
it too.
offering my listeners 10% off your first 3 months. Visit ritual.com/Whitney and turn healthy habits into a ritual. That's 10% off at ritual.com. They're my listeners /Whitney.
It would be so funny that the day you tried to just like take over this whole business, you were like, I'm cutting bangs. Like this
My hair is purple.
You do have
The time is now.
You did when a bitch just shows up with bangs out of nowhere. Like something happened.
Now, I know what you listeners are thinking while you watch this.
Grace's listeners?
This is Grace's listeners are thinking. This is a well-organized, well-fueled, organized machine, which must have some type of workflow organization. And it's true. We use Monday.com because it's an operating system and platform where anyone can easily create or customize work software.
Because you know what? I had a system that I thought was working, which was just thumbs up a text. and it just didn't stick for some reason.
It didn't stick. And
No, we needed software.
yeah. And Monday.com lets us save hours of time so Whitney can focus more on creative work and things that make you laugh than like endless work processes, i.e. thumbs-upping texts.
Right.
Well, yeah, and it's also just a very smart thing to do because I think when you're running a business, the tensions come up when people have different work styles and there's not expectations in place. This takes away all the awkward conversations, the weird sensitivities. I mean, the one time I tried to set a workflow, it was
The tears flowed.
I made sandwiches. It was I tried to do a peanut butter jelly exercise. Like it just, if Monday.com had been around 2 years ago, I very much feel like we'd all look 2 years younger. But Emily's still upset about it.
With Monday.com, we can customize our workflows to reflect exactly
You
the
can't
way
be mad in a shirt that
we
says
want
hydrate and masturbate.
our team to get work done. See, like I can assign certain tasks to people.
Yeah,
For Whitney, I'm like, stop making fun of me. For Grace, I'm like, get bangs. And then it gets done. We collaborate in one place.
And for you, we say hydrate and masturbate.
And then I put it on my t-shirt. We collaborate in one place. We get real-time notifications
By the way,
when something's
your
done.
neck is turning red. Where was that sweatshirt made?
I'm angry. 'Cause I'm angry.
I'm like, well, I don't think that sweatshirt was a quality item. I'm starting to think that maybe that was not a quality made item, and now you're putting it on your face.
This was a gift.
Okay.
With Monday.com.
From your enemies? Did they put smallpox in it? Was that a smallpox blanket?
It's asbestos just leaks in the collar.
You're going to miss me.
But you know what? They probably managed to get that done and
With Monday.com, we can track our progress and get real-time results, and we just keep killing it.
There's like a note section in ours, and it's always like reminders to do, and Emily's is just like, quit. Find another job.
2 weeks, 2
Press
weeks, 2
charges.
weeks.
Call about rosacea. Quit.
To start your free 2-week trial, go to monday.com/podcast. That's monday.com/podcast.
Okay, April 13th and April 14th, I'm going to be in La Jolla, California, doing La Jolla Comedy Store. I'm going to be running my new hour special, all new material. Come see me complain about things that really aren't that big of a deal. April 22nd, I'm going to be in Portland, Oregon at the Arlene Schnitzer Concert Hall, putting on a concert. May 20th, I'm going to be in Tyson's Corner, a Capital One Hall. It's just, the show's just in the hall. June 26th in the Toronto area, I will be in the Danforth Music Hall. And now back to our guest. I was working on this bit to try to like defend pedophiles because it was just like the idea. I'm not.
I've been working on that same bit, and let me tell you, how's it going?
Let's see if we
That's a rocky terrain.
You know what? Let's see if we can crack this today. I guess my thing was like, if I see I love little things like mini alcohol bottles.
Oh, this is a hilarious approach. Oh my God.
Like little lighters. Like I love tiny things. And like whenever I go to like the mini bar and they have like a tiny like Maker's Mark, like I have to have it.
So funny.
So if you go downstairs,
so that you can,
but I
give
don't
it to a
touch them or
child
open
so that
them
they
or
can
put my
be-
mouth on them. So I guess that's the difference. But I love tiny things. Like
Yeah, that makes sense.
I need this.
But do you want to fuck them?
Well, I want to touch it, and this is a little tiny
That
figurine.
is
That's the worm
hilarious.
from Labyrinth that means
That
so
is
much to me.
cute.
And if I just saw this in the street, I would definitely try to figure out how to get in my car.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
you are grooming it right
I
now.
would
You are
do it.
just grooming it.
I would if you were like, you might lose
Petting
your career if you touch that. I'd be like,
I might. Yeah. That is.
Look at it.
That's Louis C.K.'s bit about fucking kids must be great because they risk everything to do it. It must I don't want to do it, but it must be amazing.
Sure,
That's a great bit about molestation because I feel like I haven't been molested that I know of. It could have happened. A lot of times molestation happens when you're a baby before you can remember and you can hold on to that trauma and you don't know. So I don't want to say that I haven't. Not to my knowledge, I have not been. And it's uncomfortable that I'm not able to talk about it because if I were molested, I could be like, hey, I've been molested so I can talk about this. But I do believe that we need to talk comedy. I don't want to make jokes at the expense of people that have been molested ever.
I think that's the other thing is I'm feeling so profoundly unfunny right now because
I know this
just
in general, in general right now or in general, yes.
Yeah,
oh my God, I go through stages like that so much, and yeah, I'm with you, girl.
I don't know. I do think the Will Smith slap, it did make me feel a little bit to watch it's just so hard to fucking talk about. Just that one of the best comedians in the world was just like treated like that. And, it's just weird to think that we are some of the most revered in a lot of ways people. I think people like, we're like zoo animals. They like respect us, but not enough to like treat us like equals.
The Oscars would be unwatchable without comedians. What would be watchable about that? Watching actors pretend to have personalities by reading jokes written for them by comedians off a teleprompter and then sometimes flubbing it, and that's where you see a little bit of humanity. There's nothing watchable about the Oscars unless there's singing and dance. Like the Grammys is watchable. That's entertainment. Actors, aside from the movie clips you see, there's nothing watchable about that without comics.
Yeah.
That's why I went to bed.
True.
Amy and Wanda and Regina were done for the night. I was like, okay, all the comedy's done. I went to bed, and that's why I got woken up with like, oh my God, did you see it? Like, and then I had to get out of bed. And I go, really get out of bed? They're like, get out of bed and go look at what just happened.
And what happened when you saw it? Did you think it was fake at first?
No, I thought it was real just because of the sound went out. And I was like, no one knew about this. And just the way Chris Rock looked so scared and didn't know he didn't have some good comeback. It was just, but I do think that when Will Smith walked up there, he didn't know what he was going to do. Like, I really compare it to when you're like driving in a car, maybe like there's a crash in front of you and you're like, do I brake? Do I press on the brakes or do I steer? Like, which one is going to be the least painful? So he looked at Jada and then he looked at Chris Rock and he knew he had to either deal with that or deal with Jada. And then he goes, oh, okay, the least painful is this. So he starts walking to the stage.
The least painful is ruining your entire career.
That's why I'm saying I think on the other end of that stair is a lot of abuse that we don't understand and it will never come out. But I don't know about you, but I have been in situations with people where the person that might be mad at you, when they get that look in their face and you don't make it right away, that is months of punishment in a way that is so hurtful, whether physical or emotional, of ignoring, of just a punitive vibe. And she calls the shots in that house. And listen, if she's a nightmare to be around, I also it's probably her own, something happened to her that made her that way. Like, I'm not putting the blame on really anyone here, but I'm just saying that I saw a man laugh at a joke, which, he can change his mind about a joke. It's fine that he laughed, but I saw he made a choice because of that look that she gave him. That he walks to the stage and then he goes, okay, so I have two choices here. My choices are say something to him or slap him. And he's the Muhammad Ali of words. You're not going to go toe to toe with Chris Rock with words. So he goes, okay, I'm going to go with the one that's like, I'm not going to look as stupid.
If Chris
and they were bad choices, but those were his choices.
If I was in Chris Rock's situation and Will Smith slapped me like that, I would have.
What would you? Yeah.
Well, first,
what do you think you would have done?
Well,
Because
first of all, getting slapped in the face in front of millions of people is the only way I can come. So I'd like, how did you know? Number two, I think I would be like, hey, Will, that's not how I thought you were going to come out as gay, but here we are.
Oh my God.
What was that Broadway slap? That stage combat, you fucking dork. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like such a like Neil LaBute, like, you know what I mean? Like Cherry Hill Theater slap. It's like a Lee Strasberg joint.
Cherry Hill Theater.
I don't know, but I just was like, you play it back and it's like, boo, it's so uncomfortable.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was like
I don't
Shakespeare
know what I
in
would
the
have
park.
done. Do you deal a lot with, because people are always like, how do you take on hecklers? And I just don't. I don't deal with them.
Oh, interesting.
I do not go at them. Sometimes
I
feel like they're
positive
right.
ones now, right?
I mean,
Like people that come to see you.
I feel like there was during like the Trump eras, like when I was doing clubs and stuff, and people would come because they saw me on roast, and then they go like, I used to like you, because I'd like mention that Pence calls his wife mother or some fact, like I'm not even, and they were waiting to hear it. They're just waiting for you to say something against their hat or
Here's
what
what
they
I'll
believe
say.
with their
Hot
hat.
take. If you are a man that is paying money to hear a woman talk for an hour and a half, and you don't get to say anything or fuck her at the end, I think you are a radical feminist. Even if you come to my show and call me a horrible cunt that you hate and storm out, I'm like, still a feminist, dude. I hate to break it to you, but you still paid money to hear me talk. You knew you were never gonna fuck me.
It's a really good point.
It's a tricky one. I'm like, still love you, man. You're still
really
better
funny.
than most people who didn't come at all.
Yes.
Because they were like, women aren't funny. I'm like, you at least gave me a shot.
Oh my God. I love that so much.
Like, I just try to like stick with that. Like,
it's really true. Like there are
idea
times where I'm like, I can't, I see the men kind of just like not wanting to be there sometimes and just like so mad that they have to listen to this woman. I see.
Or maybe that's what you're projecting onto them, you know, or
yeah,
they're
they
just
could just
like
have a hemorrhoid and they're
have
just
to
shifting in
pee
their seat or like, okay.
you know, like, or something. I don't know. I think for me,
You're right.
I, for the most part, feel like I've helped people that think they're being helpful. Like,
oh yeah.
Like I'll be like, so the other day I went to Erewhon and they're like, and I'm like trying to sort of play a moment for comic timing or pacing or something. And someone's like, the mangoes. And I'm like, I got just.
Oh my God. That's why I don't take any pauses. I'm so scared it's going to give the audience a time to like say something. And that's why I talk. Like,
oh, that's so interesting.
Ever let up because I feel like there's so many comics I watch now that take their time and sit and I'm just, it makes me nervous because I'm like, someone's going to shout something. There's going to be some idiot that's like, I love you. You know, like it's always going to happen.
Which is, but I feel like to me, I don't know. I guess I get so sick of myself, like with these kind of tour schedules that we're doing right now. I just am like so sick of that when someone heckles, I'm like, please. Like, honestly,
I do the same thing.
There is no way this is going to go well, but I'm going to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. After 15 years of doing this, I'm going to throw you the ball. Because, like, maybe you're the one. Maybe you're the one that should be up here.
Yes.
Maybe this is, you're like I'm Ike and your team. I'm like, pull someone out of the crowd. That's not what you think of immediately. But he did discover her, like, in a crowd.
Yeah.
And, like, or I'm like, this person, I'll always be like, it seems like you need to talk.
Right.
Like, let's go. Like, it doesn't have to be funny, but let's just like get it out.
I'm starting to do that. I'm starting to be more comfortable with the fact of like, I have this fail-safe plan now as a comic where I realized recently, like, whenever I'm bombing or maybe my set is taking a turn and it's not what I want it to be, I just stop and I go, what's the most honest thing you can say?
Yeah.
Like just say the truth, what you're feeling. And I'll be like, my pants are too tight. Or like, a lot of you are regretting the money you spent tonight and I will Venmo you for the babysitter for the extra 15 minutes I'm using to try to dig out of this hole. Like you just stop and go, what's honest? Because that's the ticket. All you have to do as a comedian is just, we have a gift of being honest. And it's kind of easy for us. Luckily, like comedy is not easy by any means, but in those moments, that's where I just go to is the honesty. And a lot of times though, I feel like it's always drunk people. And I tend to go like, I hope this is like a bottom for you tonight. Like this.
No, they're going to be like, last night Nikki Glaser spoke to me. I got to do that exact set of shots again. Funny. That was the magic number.
I always try to make it about
that was a sign from God that I'm going in the right direction with the Jacobs Creek, then the champagne. What did I tell you?
I'm like, please remember this. I know that you're on blackout right now, but I want you, like I'm talking to your subconscious mind. Remember this and know how embarrassing this is. And get help because this isn't a good look and you're going to lose friends. No. I will get really weird. I'll be like, and I'll see you back at this church. Like one time before I get to church, I was like, I'll see you in the basement of this church tomorrow morning at 8 a.m.
Whereas that person woke up the next day and was like, Nikki Glaser picked me out of a crowd.
I mean, that is...
felt our connection.
That would mortify. Did you ever heckle? Have you ever been in a situation where you became that, were too drunk you did that? You like have empathy for hecklers because you've been that girl?
I think that part of being a comedian is knowing on some level, like you have Tourette's. And you're like, I got to figure out a career that makes this seem like everyone's like, but she's a comedian. Like there are times when someone will be saying like something like it's when someone's number one, a bad plan. I can't allow a bad plan to go. And I can't, there's a couple things where I just cannot sit and listen.
What do you mean a bad plan?
A bad plan. If someone's like, okay, we're gonna go to the beach, so why don't I come to West Hollywood and pick you up, and then you can drive back to Culver City, and then I'll meet you. I'm like, I'm gonna stop you right there.
Oh, girl.
Whereas like that's like my version of heckling when I'm like, let me stop you right there. Like I get like really enraged.
Tell me what to do because this is hitting something fresh for me that always comes up with you when you know that book Getting to I Do?
Yes.
About feminine and masculine energy.
I feel like
am
the
dealing
irony
with
is what made you and I become friends.
It was.
I agree.
It was the straw that broke the camel's back when I ran into you at the Comedy Store. You were engaged at the time, and I go, "What the hell did you do? What did you do to find a man to like? You're in love. You were really happy at the time, and like, and you go, I read a book, and I was like, and then that book really set some. I mean, I talk about it in my upcoming HBO special. Like, I talk about that book that you recommended to me but I'm hearing you right now, and I am obsessed with bad plans too. When I hear a bad plan and I know there's a better route, I just
angry.
know how to make things very efficient. Just like you, I have never needed to correct a plan with you because you have everything done very like it's gonna. You think the same way I do. But when I am with like someone that I am dating and I see them have a bad plan and I want to go, hold on a minute here, and I need to stay in my feminine energy. How do you keep that in?
It's a tricky. Well, if you're dating the person, you have to let them do it.
Yeah, I know.
You have to follow the bad plan.
Isn't that nuts? Like you'll be like driving somewhere and
Yep.
you know that they're going to go 10 minutes out of the way and you're late, but you just have to keep your mouth shut because it's not going to be like, you need to go to this exit. Just let him pass the exit. Because you have to
realize, let him pass the exit. Let him pass the exit, because even if you say, oh, hey, here's the exit, that's not what they're going to hear. They're here like, you have a small dick and I've never come. And like, you know, there's
That's so funny.
It's not going to translate anyway. But I said that's not what he heard. It doesn't matter what you said.
You're right.
What the person heard is all that matters.
That 10 minutes I would save by going off that exit, I'm going to lose with all the bullshit that this little remark is going to on the other end of it. It's such a good point.
It's also just like, let him have it. Like you get to have everything. Let him have it. It's like part of the reason, like, look at me being like pro straight guy. It's like when people are like, why do men have to overthink the proposal? Because they never get to make any decision. Like, it is true, you know? And they just let him have the exit. Let him have the directions. Let him have, we are such bullies. Like, oh my God, you guys with your fucking directions and your fucking, your grill and your fucking video games. Like, we are so mean.
Yeah, I agree. It's been quite a learning experience, just biting my tongue when it comes to knowing a better way and knowing that my way is going to be a better way. I've done it many times.
But what's your definition of better? In
faster,
this scenario,
not being late.
But then you're going to be fighting the whole time, and you're going to get there faster.
You're right.
And it's going to be tense and uncomfortable.
It wasn't working for me, and so I tried this way, and I fought it, and I did not want to give into it.
It's not about not, like, I think people, and myself included, for a long time conflated being in any way like docile or submissive as being weak. I think it's the ultimate form of strength to just go like, I know the better way, but I'm going to let you have this one because I surrender to human nature. And like, I now am man enough to realize that like in relationships, all that matters is impact. It's all that matters. We go like, well, that wasn't my intention, but that was your impact. So it's like in life, when we're trying to separate your intention from your impact, like that's, you know, a big public conversation that I'm not getting into. In relationships, all that matters is impact.
That's interesting because you're right. Like the one thing that I have found, what do you think of this, is that men really want to they want to know that they're understood. Like even if you're like, yeah, I know, like you got to let them say it so many times and just listen and then say it back to them. Like, what I'm hearing is that this, like, and by the way, like there have been so many times where I'm like, I know what he's trying to say and I get it and I disagree with it, but he's allowed to have his feelings and I'll let him say it. And then suddenly after the fifth time that he said it, I go, whoa. Okay, I was not actually having empathy. I was sympathizing, but I was not seeing it from his actual point of view. And it took 5 times to get it. And so it's really helped me to just really shut the fuck up.
By the way, by the time I was in Al-Anon for maybe like 10, 12 years, it's like your kind of addictions change. Like, you know, what we say, like the para-alcoholism, like I'm addicted to control. I'm addicted to perfection. I'm addicted to other addicts. I'm addicted to mothering, martyring, micromanaging. And I remember like 8 years in, I was like, you guys, I think I'm addicted to talking.
Yeah.
Like I can't stop. Like I explain, minimize, apologize. Like I literally will be standing next to someone I don't know in an elevator and I'm just like, hey, so these buttons are like crazy, right? And like I cannot be in the silence. And then I think I was so not heard as a child or understood that I'll say something and then I'll say it again a different way and then I'll say it again a different way when someone like clearly has got it.
Yes.
You know?
Oh my God. Do you ever get the sense as a talky woman myself and a little chatterbox, do you ever sense when you're being a lot and you catch someone like looking at another person about you and you go, oh God, I'm that person. Like that is so embarrassing to me. And so many times in my childhood, I'd get like, just keep it down. Like just stop, no, just shh.
Like give me an example, like in conversation.
Or just like so I'll just be talking and I'll be like really excited about something and I'm like, yes. And I'll be on like my little like soapbox about it. And I'll just catch them look at someone like, okay. Like where you just.
And you let that slide?
Well, yeah, because I think I got that a lot as a kid where my parents didn't know what to do with me.
What was that?
Oh, really? I would go, okay, got it. And I'm going to stop talking and shut up and like take this to a lot of food later on alone in my room. Like I will go like, they're right. Because I think my earliest memory is like throwing tantrums or freaking out about something or like having a fabric on me that I was just like, I hate socks, and like not understanding like how to describe like what was making me so insane because my Barbie doll had weird hair and it wasn't perfect and I would just be like when things weren't perfect, I would freak out and I would just see my parents go like, Nikki, you need to, this is embarrassing. And I'd see them like look at each other like, oh my, and those glances of like, she's a problem that we can't even put into words what's wrong with this girl. And she's weird.
They say one of the most traumatic things you can do to babies with like their bodies is when you're changing their diaper to like couples that are like, ew, it stinks. Like you're like making a joke or you're just, it's poop. But just the idea of like, you're like new parents and you're like, gross, change the diaper, like
interesting.
Even if you're joking, babies subconsciously are like, oh, something down there is like,
is making them laugh or making them go,
or making them like,
because they can read faces. Oh yeah, and leave me alone.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, babies can see a picture of a spider and recoil because that's how deep it is in our like genetic, which makes me, have we talked about your ancestral trauma? Because I feel like there's like a lot there.
I am now believing in that stuff of like reading
irrational fears
or just
they seem irrational, but they're not. They are ancestors basically imprinted on their DNA. So it's like you cannot refute that. Like that mice when they get, not that I love that there was testing on animals, but it is what it is. Mm-hmm. I didn't do it. Get out, calm down. So basically, that mice, when they were electrocuted, every time they smelled a cherry blossom, their offspring, if they smelled a cherry blossom, would run to the other end of the cage. Like that quick how it duplicates. So like fear of heights, like it's, some people are just like irrationally afraid of heights. I think everyone should be fucking afraid of heights. I think it's weird if you're not. But it's like, it could mean that one of your ancestors, fell off a cliff. It makes absolute sense. It's like in your recent...
What are your irrational fears?
Mine is more an irrational, like, sadness that comes up. To me, it doesn't seem irrational. But it is after I did my family constellation, I kind of figured out what it was. And family constellation is like pseudoscience.
So what were you saying about the constellation and the
family constellation? So I cannot go to Midtown in New York. I love New York City. I just cannot go there because of the horse carriages. It's too stressful for it. Just I can't handle it. And it makes me like violently enraged, and I'm like the crazy person like yelling at tourists and stuff.
You've done that before. Because
I've negotiated with them to try to get horses out. I tried to get one of the horses out that was 32 years old. It was going to die at any minute. It's like. It's very tricky because the guys that own their horses, it's like cabs. Like they own the horse. It's not, you know what I mean? So it's also they see it as property. It's like very hard to get between, and they in some sick way believe they love this animal, but so I would, like when I would have to do Letterman or Tonight Show or whatever was like in Midtown, like if I heard even the clapping, I was going to do The View. I had to like push it to the next day because I was sobbing so uncontrollably. Couldn't, like, yes, there's kids at the border. There's people dying everywhere. It's like, it makes me so upset. I remember one time I was with this guy I was dating and I was like uncontrollably sobbing because he promised me that the way the routes went, we were like on the other side of the park and I would just wear noise canceling headphones, like just as I'm going through.
Whitney. So what is that?
So one time he like had to pull me into like a museum because I was crying so much. I don't remember whatever is the one up on the Upper East Side or whatever.
I can't believe you had to go to a
museum. We go in and like every painting is like a horse-drawn carriage.
Oh my God.
Like, no. And I'm like having a total meltdown in this fucking museum. And
I like how Bridgerton is like the movie Saw for you.
I can't watch any movies with. I would love to. I hear Yellowstone's amazing. I just can't watch it.
Yeah.
So anything that has horses, like they're doing a better job. Like I'm working with a couple actors and directors directors right now on like how to have horses in movies in a way that's actually like humane and consensual. But like, I mean, the way that, I mean, remember that Dustin Hoffman show where a couple horses died, the racehorse show? I mean, racing is the worst thing you can possibly do. But the way they used to, you know, they would tripwire horses in movies, like any Western where horses
when they
fall and like,
God.
you know, I just like, I can't get over it. I can see other stuff and get over it. You know, it's like Emily talks about like her intrusive thoughts are different. Yours are more like kids. Like mine are if I see animal abuse, like I like can't.
Yes.
So I do this family constellation theory thing, and I'm like, this is kind of food. I'm like always whatever. I'm always a comedian about it. I'm like, this is some whatever. Why am I paying you by check? Like this is not a thing. Like you're clearing my energy. Cool. Okay.
Oh my God.
And so she like has you like stand on all these things, and you know she finally was like, you know, your great grandfather, like, do you know anything about him? Like, and I was like, no, what, like coal miner, West Virginia, you know, and they're like, well, he did something unforgivable. I'm like, yeah, guys, that long ago, we're all, yeah, no shit.
It's probably how it was made.
Yeah, by the way, the raping, stealing from the Native Americans, like, yeah, what?
Yeah, did he do anything good? That would be the standout. Was there anything?
Smallpox blankets, like, you name it. I come from a long line of businessmen.
Yeah.
And with hot takes and innovative solutions. So she also says what your great-great-grandfather did is unforgivable, and your great-great-grandmother, the way that she punished him was that she withheld her love. And it's a small thing, but that's exactly what I do. That's exactly what I do. I don't scream, I don't yell, I withhold my love. I ice you the fuck out, and it's like, it's really hard for me to stop.
Wow.
I mean, to your point about like not being conscious, like this is like, normally I can go like take a contrary action, just go apologize.
Is this like in relationships when you get hurt or something comes up, that's what you'll do in like romantic relationships, friendships? Like
like friendships that scare me a little bit, I will kind of be in denial. Like I'll go, if you were to just right now freak out and be like, fuck you, and just do something super weird or mean or just snap on me or be like, I don't like how this is going, you're not being funny enough, like whatever. And left, I would pretend it didn't happen. I mean, as of that was like the coping mechanism as of recently.
Right.
I hope I'd be a little more conscious, but I would kind of pretend it didn't happen.
Right. But when would you ice people? When would that happen?
When I'm in like a romantic relationship with somebody.
Man, oh my God, Whitney.
I just ice, but I can't get out of it for days.
That is what my partner I used to have the same thing, and I used to have a joke about it in my act and saying like, there were times where I was like, can you just hit me instead of this? Because it would be quicker. At least you would be touching me. And because it would be so painful because I would do something that I didn't know what would happen. And this person would shut down and just like act like, no, everything's fine. It's fine.
Which,
and
like,
not touch me.
I used to do a joke. I think it was my first special about how when we ice guys out, it's not a punishment, it's a reward. I think I'm like, he's like,
so
silent
funny.
treatment, thank God. No,
yeah,
but for me, it's not.
But he used to say, I cannot help it. I don't know what to do.
And I'm not, I say like,
totally
it's
sympathize.
not fine. I'm able to kind of say like, this is my inner child shutting down and just wants to go hide and I'm going to need a couple days. Otherwise, if you push me, I'm going to say something I regret.
Right.
It's going to change the way you view yourself forever. You do not want me being anything but silent right now.
Yes.
Because I want to hurt you so bad.
That's the kindest thing you could do.
I'm hurt. And it's just like it's just let me have the dignity of my own experience. Let me not fuck this up.
I
and
hear
then
that.
Day 2 and 3 is all just embarrassment from day 1 of doing it.
And then you have to maintain it.
Now I'm embarrassed that was my coping mechanism. Like, what kind of child is like, I'm not going to talk to you. Like, and then you're just embarrassed that you did that.
Yes.
And then, because then you have to be the asshole that comes back with your tail between your legs, like, hey, I'm ready to talk to you again. Like, you can come into my treehouse now.
Yeah.
Like, you're just such a child, you know? So it's like day 2 and 3, I'm embarrassed. And now I'm just like, it's just my pride, I guess. And then it's like, do you want a coffee? Like, then it just has to be like, fuck.
How do you handle that now? Do you still do it? Or is there a way that you can not do that?
I am able to go, hey, sorry. Like I'm with someone right now who is like so non-judgmental and is so ready to drop the charges at any moment.
Oh, wow.
And there's times that he will get upset at me about things that I truly do not understand. And I'm grateful for it. Like, you tell me. Emily knew right away what went sideways on this situation. So I am 39 years old. I froze my eggs. The guy that I'm with is 31. We're like, let's freeze embryos, right? Like we should freeze embryos. That would just be a thing to do to take the pressure off. Don't know if I'll ever use them, get a surrogate, whatever. And so let's just knock it out, right? Because it's like before tour. I have like 3 months. I don't want to be doing like hormone shots on tour, like me,
Some people like go on vacation.
Monsters.
I know, right?
By the way, what is more stressful than a vacation? I do know about myself. I love planning a vacation. I don't like being on a vacation.
So you like working. I mean, that's
we
a
spend
job
our
is
lives
planning
in
vacations.
hotels. Like there's no, like I can't. So so there's the fertility doctor that is available via Zoom whenever he is not working. Okay, he's a full-time vet. He was like studying for some specialized boards or something, which is whatever. It's a big deal. But he was done at 8:00 and he like comes in and I had scheduled the fertility doctor for 8:30 and I was gonna do it with or without him. Okay?
Right.
The fertility doctor comes on. I'm basically just saying like, how much time do I have? The eggs, like just whatever. And he's like there and I was like, oh, hey, the fertility doctor can talk now. Do you want to just hop on? And he was like, yeah, sure. And then he comes on and we have this like great conversation about like, okay, you have plenty of time until you're this, And we're like, cool. Okay, so we'll freeze sperm and whatever. Sorry, I've been talking all day and I'm getting lockjaw. But it's like, we'll freeze sperm. Like we made a plan for like when it worked for him, when it worked for me. Computer closes. What the fuck was that?
Wait, you or him?
Him.
Okay, so he felt like he was pulled into this, and if he was put in a position that the doctor would have thought he was like a bad, unsupportive boyfriend had he said he didn't want to be a part of the conversation. Is that his argument?
Interesting.
That you put him on the spot of like, I'm not going to say no to going on this conversation.
Aren't these the same guys that are like, when he pulled his dick out, why didn't she just leave the room? You could have been like, you could have walked by. He wasn't in. You could have walked behind the computer and been like I didn't, like we talked about having this conversation at some point. I just was like, I'm scheduling this if you want to join, if you don't. I just assumed that everyone's going to tell the truth of if they would like to. I would just be like, can you give me 1 minute? Is he scared of me?
Is he scared that might disappoint you, or that he might look... Maybe he's scared that if he didn't want to do it, that doctor might go like, hey, by the way, I just saw the way that your guy like reacted. Maybe you shouldn't be doing this with him and like get in your ear. But like, is he scared?
Imagine a doctor doing that.
I don't know. Like
what kind of insurance do you like?
I mean, this is just the way. Like I'm thinking. I don't know. What did he say though?
He was just like, that was, you should have told me that was happening. I was like, well, I believe the most respectful thing I could have done in that moment was schedule it. If you can do it, great. If not, fine.
Right.
I would have done it without you. I don't like having kids or this call. I will do it with or without you.
Right.
If you want to join, great. Like, I just didn't think.
Did he feel like he was like signing on, like I have to have kids now?
You know what it
is?
Is?
He freaking out?
I am so far away from doing anything out of obligation anymore that it blows my mind that someone's like, well,
that someone you love just did something out of obligation.
But it's just like I was doing that at 31. Like I was just like, oh yeah, I'll just jump in. If someone wants to talk to me, I'll talk to them. That's like the only time I'm like, there is a certain wisdom that maybe only comes with age, or if you haven't like done work around codependence, which is the motherfucker. I'm like, what? Why would you sit on a call if you didn't want to? Like it blows.
Whitney, I totally agree with you.
And he's like, well, it would have been rude. I had to be polite. And I'm like, to me, at this point in my life, I see it as so much more rude to sit and do something you don't want to do and then build a resentment.
When I see my friends doing things they don't want to do or putting up with people in their lives, my parents, anyone, I just go... I think it makes me feel unsafe because I'm like, well, do you hang out with me when you don't want to? What else are
you doing that you don't want to do?
Yeah,
because you really pulled that off.
I want to be with someone who respects themselves enough to know their boundaries and know that they're not wrong to say, I don't want this right now. Like, no is a full sentence. And I really get upset when my friends don't utilize it in the same way.
But then it's also about
me trying to control
which,
what
by the way,
they want to do.
But it's like, I know, but that's the main thing, because it's like, like when you see people in bad relationships and you're like, well, good. And you're like, they don't think they're in a bad relationship.
Yes.
Or they wouldn't be in it. You're just going to come off cunty and judgy.
Yes.
They're just like, she's jealous. Like, you cannot. When has anyone ever been like, hey, you're in a toxic relationship, you should get out of it? And you're like.
And they go, oh my God,
really?
Oh
my God.
Thank you. I did not know.
Thank you so much. I'm going to cancel that appointment at the tattoo parlor right now. I am going to, like, it's never happened. You have to let it run its course.
Toxic relationships, people that are in addictions, like, there's just no, because I get a lot of people asking me, because I've been so open about eating disorder stuff, like, hey, my sister is anorexic and it's very clear, and what should I do? And I just say, there is
Nothing.
nothing you can say. Honestly, there's nothing that there was literally, and I try to think back to what my mindset is. And what I always say to people now, I watched that Alanis Morissette documentary. Did you watch that?
Yes.
It was so freaking good.
Yeah.
She was talking about being
I think though
bulimic.
she didn't like it or something, so I
know I'm a little
right.
But there was a part that I think really helped me and helped others is that she was saying that she was bulimic and didn't know what to do, and that her friend walked in on her doing it, and all her friend did was just hug her and say, "I love you." And it wasn't like, "I'm worried about you. What are you doing to yourself? I don't understand this." And bulimia by a large margin is the most like shameful of the eating disorders
and insidious in terms of like it's the disease that tells you don't have a disease, and it's like that was the last time, and that was the didn't have. You can just like block it out,
and it's just so gross. You have to clean the toilet all the time. You smell,
but you can disassociate while it's happening.
Totally,
you know what I mean?
So for that really struck me because I go, that's what I want. Is like that's what I could have needed when I was struggling. And I struggle with stuff now. Like sometimes I'm become a really big bitch, or I'm like not getting enough sleep, and so I'm just not treating people well, or I'm too controlling. And I always tell my friends, like when I'm in that state of mind, you're not going to get through to me. You just have to say like, "Hey, I love you," and when you're ready to talk about whatever you want to talk about, I'm here for you. And that's really all you can do for people.
It's also eating disorders are like the main thing is control. So it's like the more you try to control someone with it, the more they're going to recoil into their disease. It's just like it's just
one time I gave a girl a note at a gym. It was before I was performing at the DC Improv, and there was this girl on a stair climber, and I was there working out too.
Yeah, of course.
Didn't need to be.
Of course.
So who am I to do that? But I was at a point where I felt recovered, wasn't at all, but no one would have seen it on me. But I saw her and I was just like she just looked like she was about to break, and I was her so many times. And I remember just being like, what would you want? And so I went in the locker room and I like wrote this like shaky note of like, hey, I've been there. Like no judgment. Like if you ever want to talk to someone about what you're going through with no judgment, like reach out to me. And I like wrote my name and stuff, and she never did.
What's your secret?
And I just what?
P.S. What's your secret? P.S.
Like how many calories did you burn today? Did you
orange juice on a
make the top
combo?
score
Just
on that
curious.
one?
Yeah. Diet Sunkist? Just curious. I won't tell anyone. How much?
Oh my God. And I remembered, I just walked over to her and was like, here, like just gave it to her. And there's, I look back on that and I go, I probably shouldn't have done that, but you just want to, there's just no way to get through sometimes. But I don't know what the solution is.
I think that's something that's like planting a seed, whatever it is. I look back at anytime someone was like worried about me when I had really bad eating disorders, like what they didn't understand is I was like, nailed it. Like I'm on there, you know what I mean? Or if someone was like, are you okay? I'd be like, okay, the rice cakes are working. Like they didn't understand that it was the way that it goes through your brain.
When people stop worrying about you, that's when you're like,
oh yeah. When someone's like, you look so healthy, and you're like, okay, shouldn't have had that pear or whatever you know what I mean? So it's like they don't understand that when you're saying something, it's going through this dysmorphia machine and turning into something completely different. Hey, kiddo. Hey, man. We're now taking a break from this dazzling guest that hopefully isn't
such a specific guest.
Such a
you know
who it is. You know who it is.
Can't put your finger on it.
Are you eating while we're recording?
No.
Okay, so Catalina Crunch is so delicious that Grace has broke the main rule of podcasting, which is don't eat while you're doing it.
I'm so sorry. It's so good. I started eating it before we started rolling, and now I can't stop eating it.
So we have a neuroscience professor here. Keto is the way to go for your brain, right?
It is very useful, yes. And then generally, I think it looks good. I mean, I've never tried, but it sounds great.
It is
high in fiber, no sugar, all good.
It is so delicious. Yeah. It is. I've never looked better. They have 8 crave-worthy flavors to choose from, like nostalgia-inducing cinnamon toast.
Which is what you have right there.
0 gram sugar, 11 gram protein, and 9 gram fiber.
Yeah.
That's huge.
That's wild. You can have cinnamon toast, decadent dark chocolate, creamy chocolate peanut butter. Holy mackerel. If you're not sure what flavor to try first, that's what the variety packs are for.
It's a good story. It says, Catalina Snacks was founded by a diabetic who believes you can enjoy great tasting cereals and snacks earnestly made with protein, fiber, and good fats, while minimizing sugars. Combining nutritional science with culinary arts, we have created delicious healthier products that help you achieve a better life.
It's gluten-free, grain-free, non-GMO, only real clean ingredients, but nothing artificial. I'm sorry about the diabetes. That sounds awful. But thank you. I'm really glad we got the cereal out of it. See why Catalina Crunch cereal is the fastest growing cereal brand in America and soon to be all other places.
Just go to CatalinaCrunch.com/Whitney for 15% off your first order plus free shipping. That's CatalinaCrunch.com/Whitney. Not sure which flavor to start with? Try a variety pack and check out their delicious cookies and snack mixes while you're at it. Again, that's CatalinaCrunch.com/Whitney for 15% off your first order plus free shipping.
Look, Frank's trying to get it out of my mouth. We were just talking about sleep and how important sleep is. And again, we have a neuroscience professor here right now because we just want to make sure everything we're saying is true. So we now just have him here at all times to make sure he can corroborate everything we're saying. How important is sleep?
Very important.
Very important. But sometimes it's hard to get to sleep because sometimes I'm a silly goose and I'll just like have a latte at 6 p.m.
It's true. You want better sleep.
And you know that I will look at my phone up until the buzzer. I mean, I will look at my phone in bed. I'm not doing this thing. You have to put your phone outside your room. You can't look at your phone 3 hours before bed. Whose life can have make those choices?
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Ever since I started using Beam, I have decided that like when I take my first sip, that's when my do not disturb goes on at night. So if you see the
like it
little,
goes on a little earlier.
if you see that Grace has her notifications turned off,
6:15.
Okay.
But that's part of your ritual.
That's part of my routine now. I love it. It's like it tastes like hot chocolate, but like not sickeningly sweet. It's delicious. It just like calms me down and gets me ready for nighttime.
So sleep, I have struggled with sleep my entire life, and this is like a miracle. It has L-theanine, right? Melatonin.
Go on.
And magnesium. What is the other thing that?
Yeah,
Those are all the most soporific things.
True, correct.
That's a big word.
Impressive, the two of you. Really.
Yeah. So we are introducing for you guys Beam Dream. Beam is the world's most innovative functional wellness brand with unique products for everything from sleep to recovery. There are so many dogs in this vicinity.
I'm sorry, guys.
Beam contains.
We're trying to get through this, but dogs do keep coming in. These aren't even
We
my
need to
dogs.
feed them Beam.
I haven't even seen them.
They'll
I know.
pass right out.
Exactly.
The door was closed.
It was fully closed.
Beam is so good. If Bill Cosby were still at it, he'd just use Beam.
It has no THC, just TLC. This is my part.
No
Isn't that
THC.
beautiful?
Just TLC.
It contains natural sleep promoting premium ingredients, triple lab tested, no GMP, and you wake up feeling refreshed.
Mona, come here. She's so excited. Okay, 98% of people surveyed fall asleep faster when taking Beam Dream, and 99% of people experience better sleep quality. So what are you waiting for? If you don't love it, which would be psychotic, get your money back, guarantee. Don't lose sleep over it.
For a limited time, get $20 off when you go to beamorganics.com/GFI and use code GFI at checkout. That's BEAM organics.com/GFI and use code GFI.
Why?
It's true.
GFY.
Thank you. Not that good. GFY and use code GFY for $20 off.
Sometimes when I'm in the body obsession and like I'm not getting enough sleep, I'm depressed, it goes into my body and I am in recovery from an eating disorder, but things flare up. And someone wrote to me today and was like, hey, I just want to let you know like what you said about Camila Cabello or what, like, and I didn't say anything mean, but I said something that made this girl go, no wonder girls feel that. And I was like, oh my God, thank you for holding a mirror up because I'm in the fucking disease right now and I'm talking like a crazy person in the way that I'm like, I don't even realize it.
Yeah.
I think it can just it's just my go-to thing. And obviously like I'm always like reluctant to ever talk about this stuff because it's just like, that's like her thing. All she talks about is her eating disorder. But I just feel like, I don't know.
Camila Cabello?
No, me.
Oh,
like,
you.
I feel like it's just so much of like what, like even last night I saw Mark Maron and I'm like, I'd love to do your podcast again. He's like, what are we going to talk about? Eating disorders? And I go, probably actually, because I've got new ones since the last time I went on that I've ready to talk about. But like, I never want to be the eating disorder girl, but I do find that doing enough podcasts, like I start to notice patterns, and I'm like, oh, you're talking a lot about size and stuff, and I'm like, gotta examine that.
And but do you think that you are saying it to like get ahead of someone thinking it? Like, I'm going to talk about the fact that before you can even think about it, or like, do you feel like it's like a subconscious way of trying to control it? Like, I find myself doing it more with like looking older. I'll be like, yeah, I know, because I look like Steve Buscemi. Or like, I'm like, why am I bringing this up? Like, why am I? It hurts me so much when people make these comments, and I'm doing it about myself. I guess just to be like, I know let me. Yeah. It's like a tick.
As we're recording this, I am thinking what comics are going to say about you and I, and how like we only talked about the same. Like I'm already formulating the YouTube comments in my head and trying to say exactly what they're typing as they're typing it, so that they can go, well, no, I can't write that. Like, I'm always trying to beat them to it.
Yeah.
And what it does is it actually just creates the thing that isn't even there.
Let me ask for your like, what is your dream for the next like 5-10 years?
Oh, that's
because
so
I
good.
look at it's like you have this reality show coming out, and you have the you were just on the Fuckboy Island 2, and like you're just like, what are you? Because I realized this the other day. I was like, I'm not getting what I want, and I'm like, I haven't thought about. I don't know why. Maybe it's just since the pandemic. I used to have like vision boards and lists.
You did?
Now, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've never had that stuff.
I now feel like I am just like ad hoc being like, okay, I guess I'll do movies. Like, you know what? I guess I'll make this show. Maybe that's a healthier way to do it.
Yeah.
But I also was like, if someone were to ask me what I did want, I don't even know if I could answer it.
I know. I've never had like goals.
I'm so
ever.
like one day at a time program. Like, don't think ahead. Don't future fuck. Like,
I try to do that too. I think I just want to like be really comfortable with myself. Like, that is my goal, is just to be okay with whatever people think about me, and while at the same time try not to fall out of favor, because I'm so worried about. I really like the level of fame that I have, quote unquote fame that I have, because it's at a level where people are like, she doesn't get like, she deserves more. Like, we'd like to see more of her.
Yeah.
Because the second I get it, they'll go, we're good.
Yeah.
She's everywhere.
Who do you think you are?
God.
Yep.
So
there's a sweet spot. There's a perfect sweet spot.
I'm in it right now, and I'm so scared.
And here's what I'll say.
venturing out
Like,
of it.
I think that when we signed up to be famous, it was a different kind of fame. It was like what you said when you were 15 is water under the bridge. Like those Halloween costumes when you were 16. Like, fame when we signed up to be famous was like you were more of an enigma. Like, you didn't like, if someone had told me that, like, I was like, I want to be a comedian. If they're like, okay, just so you know, in 15 years, you're gonna every week have to talk about your mental illness for 4 hours and talk into a phone and be like, come to my show. Hey guys. I'd be like,
and people right now are saying, no, you don't, Whitney. You don't have to talk about it. You're choosing to. But it's like, no, we kind of have. This is it. This is the talent.
You're
y'all.
obsessed with me. I'm not doing this. I'm not
playing
doing this.
the game of like
I'm not
what
doing
they're
this.
saying. I'm not doing this. I love that.
Yeah.
No.
I'm like, okay. I didn't read that comment you just
Yeah.
left. So the only thing, with the fact that you even think I read your mean comment is the harshest thing I can do to you.
That's so funny.
The fact that you just said that and I didn't even see it.
I know, isn't that great?
Everyone
I always tell people
but
that.
me
I
saw
promise
it.
you, I won't see it. I haven't read a comment
Awkward.
since 2014.
Yeah,
I think it's
like,
really
honestly,
been that long for
if
me.
you're leaving mean comments about me and I'm not reading them, like, I'm so sorry for you. Like, I didn't even see it. I feel
5
great
to 10
today.
years. 5 to 10 years. I want to be getting really good sleep. I want to like the way I look and be like okay with it. I want to keep growing and working on acceptance. I want to just, I don't know. I would like to keep doing reality television because it's fucking easy.
You love it.
I love it. It's so easy. You don't have to learn lines. You just be yourself. You just be vulnerable. You just be honest. Like this show that I'm doing with E, which is like, I'm replacing the Kardashian show. Like they're kind of banking on this show being like the new thing. And it's a lot of pressure, but it's also like, it came out of me being like, I want to do stuff with my family and my friends who are funny. And I just don't want to memorize lines and I don't want to have to write things. And I'm just lazy. I want to just show up, start talking and be.
It is kind of weird. Like as I'm like when people are like, why don't you do more acting? There is someone like went to actually like, I wanted that, but there's something so weird about like, I feel like I signed up to do more acting when I hated being in my own skin and I hated my, like now that I like myself and I'm like feel like I'm like funny and interesting. Now I'm like, now I'm gonna go play this hooker. Like, why? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, it's just like a little bit weird.
It's weird.
I'm like, why am I gonna go play a dumb person in Atlanta for 2 months?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
we have a talent of being able to be ourselves. We are not reality stars in the sense that we are just belligerent on camera. I mean, sometimes, but like I think our talent is like being okay with
Extemporaneous,
being
yeah.
ourselves, being honest, like really honest. And I'm so grateful that there's like a way that I can do that and people are entertained by it. Like it's just, and F-Boy Island is so fun and easy. I just watch the reality show happen. It happens before you. There's no way to plan for it. So it just, you don't have to like, there's no work involved. You just show up and I go, so who are you eliminating tonight? And then
like-
I go, oh my God. Like, and I just respond to it. I just get to, the only hard part is like hair and makeup. But that's lovely because I get to hang out with my friends and get my face painted.
But
It's
tell
like,
me why it feels like you said you were like having a hard time there.
I was having a hard time there because it was COVID and there wasn't many interactions on set. When I did FY1, we were in Cayman Islands and it was 2021, but there was no COVID on the island. We quarantined for 2 weeks and then it was like summer camp and we could see faces. And this was very much like quarantine, stick with your little tribe. And like on set was the only time that I felt like able to be free. And I was kind of at a hotel away from everyone else because they were scared that I was going to maybe like fuck someone on set. I don't know. They kept me like away from people. So I was just like in this basement at this luxury resort and it was like a dark room that didn't have enough lighting. I was just depressed. But the show itself is the sweetest gig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever get like, sometimes when I see people like reality show contestants, if I'm around them too much, like the ones that are like signing up to kind of be humiliated, like signing up for the Schadenfreude, where it's like, my biggest fear is being embarrassed, and these people are like, there is no way I'm not going to come out of this not being embarrassed in some way, shape, or form.
Yes.
And like what kind of person that is, and like I don't know. After talking to, I think it was Mark Burnett, someone told me that Mark Burnett was saying that the number of people that are on reality shows as contestants that commit suicide is like wild. Because after they are like, didn't really sign up to be famous, they kind of fell into it. Then all of a sudden they got humiliated, or who knows, they had 15 minutes.
And know what you think you're going to go in and know that you can control it and be the version of yourself that you want to be. And you can only hold on to that for so long because it's too exhausting. It's like doing a plank. You can hold it for like 10 minutes.
How do you go back to like
tops, and that's painful. And then you just relax. Your posture gets bad. Your anger shows on your face, and you become the sometimes, quite often, the worst version of yourself because you're in a habitat that is built to bring that out, and it will be brought out. It's a prison experiment. They'll get you
100%.
It's, and
It's Lord of the Flies.
That's why I really like my job because I feel like I bring a lot of empathy to it, and I love the cast members and I respect them so much because I'm like, you guys say what everyone's going to judge you for being on a reality show and this is fake and like, oh, you're a reality star. You're braver than anyone judging you at home because none of those people watching you at home and being like, I would never do that. They would never, ever put themselves in a situation where we see the real them and we're seeing the real you. And you guys, I give them a little speech like anytime that I feel like their morale is slipping of like, you guys are really brave taking this on. This is not easy. And I respect the hell out of them.
It's like NFL players getting concussions. You're doing this for other people's entertainment. And it's also like life is such a shit show at this point. It's just kind of like, I don't know. It's like the realest thing you can do now is be a contestant on a reality show.
It really is.
It's like watching one. Just everything is so Truman Show at this point, and like meta on meta on meta.
And
it's
real.
kind of like, yeah, if you haven't, because we're all on our own. Anyone that's judging someone on a reality show who's like sitting around talking to their phone. We all have our own reality show in our phone. This is kind of like, it's just fascinating to me. And I remember a friend of mine pitched an idea to Mark Burnett. And this was the idea. I think I'm getting it right. It was 12 contestants in a room, no cell phones, nothing. What's that? I'm in.
Yeah.
12 people in a room, just white walls, beds, like for everybody, nothing else. And then the ceilings are 17 feet high. And, it's wide. It doesn't matter how wide it is. And then hanging from the ceiling is $1 million just cash. And that's it. And they just film it.
I'm in. I mean, that is
It's like 17 feet above the
that's
ground.
Squid Game episode 4, though.
Yeah, and then the reality producer was like, people will die.
Yes.
Within 2 days, someone will die.
It's
You just cannot put humans in that situation.
it's being so when I hosted F-Boy, I was removed from it. Like I see it happen, and that's as the host, I'm protected. Like I am not susceptible to any I get emotional and I get wrapped up in the storylines, and I know that the emotions are real. But then when I did this show for E, I was suddenly like the subject, and I had to really trust, like, okay, are they going to portray me in a way that I don't want? Like, am I gonna? And then I realized, okay, they assured me, like, we want people to like you. You're likable. That's why we get this show. Like, it's our goal. But then there's also, I've seen the Kardashians very unlikable, and they are,
But that's your, you know what I'm saying? I think we, in terms of Kardashians, I'm always like, when I'm like, well, everybody hates them. We obviously don't hate them that much.
You're
we obviously
right.
see
We
parts
don't.
of us. And the more sometimes despicable someone else's behavior is or whatever, it's all, look at what your bias is. Oh, I don't like women being ambitious. Oh, I don't like women thinking I don't like women wanting stuff. Like, I think the Kardashians really hold up a mirror to like our internalized misogyny, our weird body shit, our weird, like, who do they think they are? Like,
Yeah.
like just plastic shirt. Like, it's just, they are like these, what is it? Like a catharsis for us where we're just able to kind of like, I don't know, like beat up on them in a way. And they're just like having the last laugh. I think they know on some level, like being hated is just,
It's just
how
as
you
good.
become a billionaire.
You're right.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
like, and it's also, I think that a lot of people, I think we go as people that are like about being humble and have shame and don't want to be too big. And, at the same time, like, I want to, be a performer, but I don't want to like take too much attention. I'm sorry for, whatever. Like, they're just like, yeah, we don't really have any skills except we like ourselves. And we're like, what?
Yes.
We have a bunch of skills and we hate ourselves.
Yes.
That's not fair.
Oh my God.
It's like the one thing they have we can't figure out.
Yeah. That is a really
I can
good
write
point.
a script. I can do this. I can do a podcast. I can start a business. And they're like, yeah, we just kind of like ourselves. And
And we're
look
like,
what happened.
How did you get that?
Just like, and I am so like, I'm always like, okay, what can I learn from this person? Instead of like hating on this person or criticizing this person, that's what the losers do. They sit around and they just like hate on the person. I'm like, what can I learn from this person? You know what I mean? And I'm just
Yes.
always trying to like figure it out. And I'm getting more and more on the train of, this is something people might think I already have, but I really don't, of delusional confidence.
Okay. Yeah.
Delusional confidence. I have delusional insecurity, so why not also have some delusional confidence?
I love that.
Why not? Like, by the way, I've done the other one.
Because the delusional insecurity, I feel sometimes like people go, NIKKI, no, that's not the way it is. And I go, you don't get it.
Who?
Like, so I'll say something about myself that I believe that is delusional insecurity, let's say. And then someone will go, you don't see the way I see you. And I'm like, well, you are stupid then. Because
Your
you don't,
opinion doesn't matter to me.
yeah, that's what I feel.
And
so
I'm allowed
if
to-
I'm allowed to not listen to the haters, why should I listen to the lovers either?
Yeah,
It all
because
is-
it works better.
Yeah,
It's
that's a
better
good point.
business.
Yeah.
So I think that I think the most successful people, they are able to take criticism from smart people and then ignore just hate from dumb people. Like take the good and leave the bad. Because sometimes like I'll go in my comments and people say stuff and I'm like, yeah, I interrupt too much. I should stop.
There is good stuff there.
I say like
know.
too much. Yes. You're an unfuckable cunt.
The thing I hate so much in my DMs is like, I love you, but I always open those because I go, it's starting with love. This person, honestly, is saying this from a place of like, hey, I'm not going to give up on you, but as a friend, because I do feel like people that listen to my podcast know me very intimately, more so than some of my friends. So I do always implore my listeners to like, if I get something wrong, let me know. And
what is the fee? Because I get a couple things. Well, first of all, if I open my DMs, it's all like your computer screen's dirty. It has fingerprints on it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because you type on it.
That's great feedback. I would love that.
It's
that
a
has
lot
nothing
of
to do with you.
that. It's a lot of, but what is like, because I don't really go through the DMs and to me, the same way that
I don't either. But when I do see stuff.
But
when
my biggest issue with the podcast is there's no feedback. Like I want feedback. I signed up to be a comedian that if you laugh at the joke, I'll keep it. And if you don't laugh, I'm going to cut it. Like I want feedback. Like I'm able to really not take it personally. My thing is like comedy's a democracy. And like in terms of the podcast, I feel like I'm just like blathering into a black hole.
Normal people that watch it and enjoy it, don't comment.
I
Like,
know.
think of the last time.
Is that still the case?
When is the last time you commented on
Never
something?
in my life.
Unless it's positive, I've never given a criticism on a comment. I don't think.
The way that we used to bully each other is we would like egg houses and like smash mailboxes. Like that was, this is just what I'm sure that young people like you would, if you got mad at someone, you would just throw eggs at their home. Like we just send like a little DM saying you suck.
You should
like,
kill yourself.
Yeah, like we think they're crazy for leaving all those comments. And we're like, well, we used to just smash someone's mailbox driving 70 miles an hour. And they're like, we're just like
I feel like the girls that were popular got toilet papered or like TP'd and stuff. Like
we would throw
I
toilet
was
paper at
dying for someone to TP
people
my
in
house.
the pandemic or like used to throw toilet paper just to like for no reason. So it's like I'm always trying to be open to going like, okay, maybe that's something I need to believe to like get through the day.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something I'm telling myself.
Well, I think that on this reality show, I think what the side of myself that I'm going to see that I used to see in home videos of myself is that I'm a brat. Sometimes I can be really mean to the people I love the most and a little bit of a, teenage brat. And like, I think it's helpful because just like I'll be like, wow, you should sit up straighter. Like I'll see a side of myself that I'm like, okay, I didn't even realize I talked like that or I'm not listening to people, whatever it is.
And you're
I think I'm gonna
blonde, so you can kind of get away with it. See, I can't get away with it.
Being what?
It's like she's like in a bad mood.
Oh no, I don't get away with it. People are like, you're a cunt. You're like a nasty bit. Like people really make me feel bad about being a bitch because I really think that I'm a nice person most of the time and that I want the best for people. But there is a side of myself that can be really mean to my mom, to my best friend Andrew, my co-host. Sometimes like I will take out my own insecurity. Like I'll be feeling bad about myself that day and I'll want him to be in the same mood. And if he's in a little good mood, I'll try to take him out of it. And these are things I'm disgusted by about myself, but I have to get honest about them. And my podcast and my listeners bringing them to light of like, I can't listen to you anymore because you're so mean to Andrew, made me go, what are they talking about? And then I listen back and I go, I wasn't that, but there were times where I go, ouch, that was bad.
Let me ask you, were you trying to hurt them? Were you trying to hurt him?
Never intentionally. It's all subconsciously, but I know what it is. It's me being like, I'm scared that if you feel too big for your britches, you're going to leave me and not be my friend anymore because you're dependent on me as my co-host. So I don't want you to get excited about the thing that doesn't involve me because then if you get that thing, you're going to be like, I don't need to hang out with her anymore. I was only doing this. I'm insecure that he's not my friend.
And the thing I'm most scared of is you abandoning me. So I'm going to treat you the way that ensures that you're going to leave.
Yes.
Is the like deepest, most tragic irony.
Yes.
It's like,
it was a rude awakening, but it was thank God that I got to see it because I'm so myself on my podcast that I see bad sides of myself and I've been called out for it. But this show, it's like I'm going to see it and I think, but this show, I will say, like, as dumb and cliche as it sounds, like, I cannot believe how just doing 8 episodes of the show, like, really changed my relationship with my family, with the guy I was dating. Like, it forces you to be in circumstances and have conversations that you wouldn't have. Ugh. And I mean, stuff came up. Like just like things that I've never articulated to my parents about frustrations, about honestly feeling like, why do you do you, I know you say you love me, like why? Like I remember my mom saying like, we love having NIKKI home. That was a big thing of like, NIKKI's back home. That's, moving back home to St. Louis. She's like, we love having her home. And I just go, why? Just I want you to elaborate. Like, why do you like me around?
Scratch? Yeah.
And she was like, we just do. And I go, but like, it's because I'm like fun and like I make you feel good or like I'm funny. And she's just like, because you're my daughter and I like it.
Yeah. What choice do I have?
And I just wanted to hear like things about me she liked, but she couldn't articulate it. And then everyone's like, easy, NIKKI, like don't make her say, because you came out of her and she loves you.
You just made me think of something wild, which I've never thought of, which is like, the idea of like having a kid that's like, of course you love your daughter. Of course you love your kid. Yeah. But if you hate parts of yourself and that is showing up in your child, you're just seeing things that you hate in yourself in a thing. And the anger of like,
or your ex-husband.
Yeah, exactly.
Showing up.
Exactly.
I mean, how could a child not feel detestable if they look like your ex-husband who you hate all the time? But I always worry about that.
Which, by the way, I always worry about that because, say half the people are divorced, or just I was pitted against. It was like your mom lies about this, and the reason you can't have this is because your dad didn't pay the bill. So I was just like, why didn't you pay the bill? And it's just like the idea of like. Number one, even when I look at like you were just talking about old podcasts of yourself or old things of myself where I'm like interrupting too much or like I'm just like, the idea of seeing it in a child and just being like, no, like, Like I would
shaming them for the thing that you hate most
or
about
just
yourself.
you're holding up a mirror
It's
to
a mirror.
me.
It's a little mirror of a little you that is supposed to be better and is a better
I thought
version.
I had resolved that, and I just modeled it, or you inherited it, and now I have to live with the guilt that it's like not just me hurting myself. It's like I brought you into this mess.
And I think you're hitting on something. Like I never have seen my mom really like herself in a way that felt genuine or not like just like saying it. I've never really seen it. And that's not, my mom's amazing. She's beautiful. She's so much funnier than me. She's just like the coolest. And I know that, but I've never seen her know it. So I never really trust when she likes me too, because I'm like, how could you? You don't like you're the coolest and you don't like you. My friend recently lost her mom to like Trump world, where she's just like, I don't recognize my mom anymore. I don't know what happened over the past 4 or 5 years, like whatever years.
Yeah.
She's gone. The one, and it's every time we talk, we get in fights about these things all the time. And then she eventually said, Mom, I can't be in your life anymore. And her mom goes, okay, then I disagree with him. And she was like, oh my God, my mom renounced all of this bullshit and she's changed. Then it came out her mom was just saying that because she wanted to save a relationship with her child. And my friend realized that's all I wanted. I just wanted to know that you loved me enough that you would do that. You don't need to. And now it's completely resolved. Her mom can like Trump and she can.
Yeah.
And she always thought it was about Trump, and it was about, she just wanted to know her mom loved her more than something that her mom seemed so passionate about. She was maybe jealous of that passion of like, I don't feel like you have that for me. And then she realized her mom did because her mom renounced it. And she just
How
felt
old
like
is this person?
in her 40s.
Oh my God. We
just want our moms to love
only
us.
species that does this, dude. Most species, they're born and they just walk
know.
off.
They just walk
They're
off.
gone. And that
know.
was it. Done deal. Eat the
I
placenta.
really worry
and
about-
we never speak. I mean, just this. I mean, it took me a long time to realize, like, and my therapist said this to me once, of like parenting is a one-way relationship. Like we do not, it's a waterfall. We do not take care of the needs of our parent ever. And like, and that is it. But also I do think
chasing waterfalls.
I do think it's on us to kind of just be like, when is it going to be enough? Like, when is this insatiable need? I'm like, my dad didn't love me and he was never there. And I'm like, he fucking came to the basketball games. He did this. I got a card. Like, what did I want?
You know when it's enough?
I wanted to what? Fuck him? Like, what did I want?
I know. And this is what we're trying to heal. But Whitney, I want to know, and for you as well, like, do you ever feel, I had the realization the other day, I don't mean to tread into weird territory, but when my parents are gone, and that's kind of why I wanted to do the show, I wanted to have them on camera when they're like so funny and still like not demented and like with it. And I wanted like a little like time capsule of it because it's going. I know it's going soon. And they're so funny still, maybe because they're slipping into it. But see for yourself, May 1st on E. But welcome home, NIKKI GLASER? Question mark. But
it's a you think it's a reality show. It's actually a documentary on Parkinson's.
So what I feel like, I had the realization the other day is like, the reason I want to be like, to have achievements is so I can go, Mom, Dad, look what I'm doing, and like tell them about it and have them get excited and have them watch and text me like, you were so good. And when they're gone, I don't know that there's anyone else I want to show things off to. Like, I do it for them. And I even had a thing with the guy I'm dating. I was like, I need you to watch me when I'm on like Daily Pop on E, and just like still be like, you did good. Like, I need you to like watch things I'm on, because he's just like, I like you. I don't need to watch these things.
But then when he does it, are you like
to hang my little like A+ paper on the refrigerator?
But then are you able to say like, oh, you're only doing that because I told you to do it? It's like that. I want you to want to watch the dishes.
Well, I know that when he does watch things and he gives me feedback, it always feels really sincere. It's just a matter of him watching it. Like, I just need him to watch it, because once he watches something, he's like, damn, that was good. And it's just a matter of like, I need to get him to watch it. You know what I'm saying? So, but it makes me, there was a moment of like, I don't even know that I'll want to do this anymore if my parents are gone, because I really
after
do
my
it
dad
for.
died. I was like, oh, my whole engine was trying to get his attention and impress him, and now he's gone.
What happened after that?
I was like floating through space for a while, and I still kind of am. I mean, I never like.
Did things shift for you in terms of like?
I had like 5 projects set up, like TV shows. I was just like, can't do them. Like, pulled out of everything. I was like. Literally, I just went to a wolf sanctuary for a couple days and was like sleeping with wolves. I was just like, finally a year later, because I like couldn't cry, and then I would cry like unconsolably. Like, I was sleeping outside. Like, it was just like I couldn't like deal with the pain. It was just like too much. And it was like not sudden at all. And then it was like really sudden. And I think that nobody prepared. It's like the only thing we all know is going to happen to us, but you're never prepared because there's no wisdom you can get. I remember the day that it happened. Everyone that had lost a dad called me. It happens right away. There's like a network.
That's what I hear.
It happens right away. It's
I
like
hear this.
Kevin Christie and Dune Raphael and Lizzie Kaplan and you just get the call from all of them and they know exactly what to say.
It's like a secret society.
It is just like you don't want to hear from anyone that has not lost their dad or the mom because they know exactly what to say. I cannot help you. Here's what I can say. Do not talk to anyone that has alive parents for a while. You will hate them. And you realize after you've lost a parent how much other people complain about their parents. Every conversation is like, oh my God, my dad's calling. Ugh. You're like,
wow.
Is your dad calling? Like, little things. Get someone to take out of your calendar Father's Day because that's going to fucking sneak up on you.
Wow.
Shit where it's like change all your passwords if it's your dad.
Honestly, I look at losing a parent like LSD. Like your life, you can't go back. When you'll see things like, because people describe that as like losing a parent. There's before losing a parent and after. It's the biggest change of your life.
It's when you become an adult. Like to me, it's when you become an adult, when you are paying someone money to put your parent in a box.
Oh my God.
And they're upcharging you and you're like, that's not what it's worth. I mean, like that's when you become an adult, when you're talking about like, okay, the body has 3 days before it needs to be like
oh my God.
Whenever I have this kind of like,
what do you say to someone if you are someone with a live parent and they lose their parent? Is there anything, what do you do?
It depends. So number one, you don't say, what can I do for you? If you live in their city, you just show up at their house with food. Jewish people figured it out, dude. Jewish people, I literally, after a couple of my friends lost or went through deaths and I saw Jewish people run a funeral and run death, I was like, I want to convert to Judaism because they have death on fucking lock, dude. People come every day with food. There's a plan. All you're doing is wishing there was a plan in place because it's when you realize like, oh, and look, we are designed for this. Sheryl Sandberg and some guy wrote, I'm not a big Lean In fan, but her husband died like really suddenly on a treadmill, like at the Four Seasons.
Oh, that's right.
And she wrote a book on grief. And like, we are designed for this. You know, something, I can't explain it, but like something happens.
It was called Fall Off.
What's that?
That was a late lean in joke.
Oh wait, which by the way, oh my God, I can't believe
I was like trying to think of a joke. I was like, I haven't said a joke in a while, and I decided to make one about her husband falling off a treadmill, and I said her book is called Fall Off. And we should take that out.
Go into the gym before your husband fucking dies on a treadmill.
So what did she?
But here's what I'll say: we are wired.
That is what I do, obviously, with the grief.
But we're designed for this. I can't explain it. When a parent crosses, something does happen where you're like, I'm the adult now. Like I'm the leader of the tribe now. I'm the alpha now. And like, I have to handle this, you know? And it's like, you're able to do things that you never thought possible. And with animal deaths, I'm really good at it. So whenever a friend of mine has an animal die, like I'm there. Emily came with me recently. A friend of ours lost a dog. He was out of town. Like I'm the person that comes in and is like, you just remember them how they were. Let me take the body. I'll handle it from here. Because at the end of the day, this child,
is a reality show.
Your fur baby, whatever, it's just a bag in a parking lot, and they're trying to run your credit card, and it's not going through.
Oh my God!
You know what I mean? And they're saying like, "Give me the PO box to ship the ashes." Like it's so there's no dignity in death. It goes from my soulmate to like the bones didn't really fit in the back. Like it turns into like just we're a trash bag full of blood.
Oh my God.
It gets so gross so fast when you're looking at a bill of like,
there are people that I still like, friends that have lost parents, and because I don't relate to them and I know that I don't relate and there's nothing I can say, I say nothing. And I can think of people that I'm like avoiding now because I dropped the ball so hard and not reaching out because it was too overwhelming for me. And like, what do you do with that? What do you do?
They're fine. And the Sheryl Sandberg book, she talks about it of like, as soon as her husband died, she went into work and nobody would talk to her. She was like, no one knew what to do. The irony is that like but nobody should either. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, no one can say the right thing.
But what should we do?
There's nothing to say. It's always just show up. So if someone's sick in the hospital, you do not say, when can I come? You just show up. You wait in the waiting room for 3 hours. If they come, great. You say, I'm in the waiting room. Come if you want to talk. If you don't. I came with food. Just solve a problem. Don't ask them how to solve their problem because they're like, you're like, what can I do? Bring my dad back to life? Like, there's nothing you can do. What can I do? unkill my mom.
So just be there.
You're just
literally
there. You
just
show
silent,
up and
be
you
there.
show up without needing anything, without making it about you. It was really hard for me to understand that before I lost a parent, because I was the person that was like, let me be the best friend and let me like show up here and let me like ask you all the things I can do for you. Like you just lost a
Do you
person.
just furrow your brow and go like that? Like, what do you look like? Honestly, when you say show up, I'm not trying to play
You
dumb
just
here.
say, no, I know what you mean. You just
do-
sit there and you just go like, I can't help you. What do you want me to do? Do you want to watch a
I am
movie?
here for you
Do you
to-
want to journal? Do you want to FaceTime someone? Do you want to talk about it? Do you want to not? A big thing is, do you want to not talk about it? Do you want to talk about something else? Do you want to like gossip about
Great.
how
This,
mean
this is actually really helpful because I really
I'll go this.
I
I'll go.
hate
Here are
that-
my options. Do you want to sit in silence? Do you want to talk about something else? Do you want to gossip about how like, you know, that bitch we went to high school with like cheated on her husband? Like, do you want to talk about the great?
That's good.
Do you want to drink? Like, what do you want? And then I'll stay out of your way. So it's like I just, you know, we've lost a lot of people in the last, you know, couple of years, and it's like reaching out to the wife or the widow. It's like, I'm outside, whether you need someone to watch your animals. I a lot of times will just show up and be like, let me know if you need me to take your animals.
okay.
Like, you know, and then I'll have like a canary for 2 months. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. And then, you know, just because that's the other thing is that when someone dies, the animals are the first thing that is all of a sudden overwhelming, and the dog gets out and the dog's lost. And in addition to, you know what I mean? Just like little things like
this
that.
is really helpful.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think
just like-
people think about this stuff.
Bring food over, just bring food, stock everything with food, bring water, like do the laundry. Like sometimes just show up. Like a friend of mine lost a parent, and I just went to his house and just like cleaned his house.
Oh my God.
It's like a little thing that like
I
he
love
could
that.
not have done himself. Like
Yeah.
I am being of service in a way that is like not making it about me, or you know.
No, that's really like that actually helps me because I, you know, it's going to start happening more and more in my life that my friends are going to lose parents. I'm going to lose friends. And like, what do you do? And I tend to just avoid because I know there's nothing I can do. So I'll just stay away. And that just doesn't feel like the answer. So laundry, I'll do laundry.
Literally laundry, like cleaning stuff, like stuff that is like, just put yourself in a situation of someone that just lost a parent and like, and now I have to clean the shit off my toilet. Like just sort of like the little
Yes.
things that make a big difference. Like when you're grieving, like the tiny, like you need to be able to collapse and cry on everything at any moment, be it a toilet, be it a shower, so it's like, I just try to like go through people's houses and I'm like, okay, you can cry on this or you can cry on this. And
You're such a helper. You're so
but it's
good
like
at that.
water by the bed. It's just
What do you
these-
need? That's
it's not.
the
I don't
Whitney
need
Cummings.
flowers. Don't give
Yeah.
me something else that's gonna die.
Oh my
Don't give me
God.
flowers. Don't give me like. I remember when my mom was in the hospital with a stroke. The number of balloons. I was like, you guys. I can't see my
And
mom.
then you just see it sagging slowly.
Did you? I know totally. I was just
Oh my
like,
God.
like. So I think it's just like the little things that make a big difference when you're just like crying a lot and you're just like, there's a water there because someone just thought to put it there. But I also think to make sure like you're not trying to take any credit for it. It's just like, I'm going to provide this for you, and like we never have to speak of it again.
I love
like,
that.
don't do anything if you don't think you're going to be able to like know how to do it. Because by the way, everyone's got their in case of emergency people, and like I have to live with the fact that I'm not everyone's.
Yes.
And if someone's going through something, like if you posted about something like horrible that happened in your life, I'd be like, hey, I'm on my way. And it's like, I'm probably not your top 5. And that's okay, but I am so...
now you would be. I'd be
that's-
like, hey, I've got a load in the
That's where I shine.
the washer that I need to switch over.
I shine in crisis. Like, if you need me to put in
No,
your baby
I
shower...
know you would. You actually
that's
would
where
be in my top 5, and it's like that's I learn a lot from you in that way of like the way that you've treated me and been there at the like anytime anything's going on. Hey, I'm sensing something. Do you need to talk? Like I run away from that because I just feel like. But you
It's
run into
awkward.
it.
I
run
don't
into it.
always.
I like
if
it.
it's someone that is like a drama machine or someone that is like sick or like I won't. Like I'm very like, okay, before you solve a problem, make sure it's your problem. If it's like literally like a life or death situation where I'm like, okay, I'm uniquely qualified to be someone that is like fearless and great with like really uncomfortable situations, like I'll go in. Or like dangerous animals, or like I'll just do it.
No,
but
I
like
think
if you
you're
need
right.
someone to like be cool at your baby shower, I'm not your guy. I'm the person in the corner
But
like,
the
is
baby
it
funeral,
circumcision?
I'm your lady.
I am your guy, dude.
Bring me in.
Yeah, like the I'm the one at the baby shower that's like, isn't circumcision kind of abuse? Like
Oh my
I ruin it for
God.
everyone.
Oh my God. Speaking of, I know we need to go, but like I really did, you were talking about the horse carriage thing. You'll be the one. When I was in Cabo, I was in a bad state of mind, and there was this like dolphin enclosure where they like, it's SeaWorld-esque type thing. And there was this guy, I was getting taking money out of ATM, and he was walking up to this kiosk where they were selling all these adventures. And there's whale watching that's humane enough, but it seems like we're kind of harassing the whales when we went out.
And then you see the whales and you see all of like the boat marks on their back.
Yeah. And you're like, they're like, wow, they're really going today. And I go, they're trying to get away from us. We're treating them like Britney Spears in 2008. Like we're paparazzi like on their tail. And like, so this guy was like, my kids, we want to swim with dolphins. And I just am like, like I gotta do it. I gotta stand up for the dolphin. I have to. And I was just sitting there. And I just go, and the girl's showing him a brochure, and I go, they're abused, and they shouldn't be in that. Like you're supporting, like dolphins deserve to. There's other things you can do that isn't gonna harm them. And he's just like, what? And I go, there's other things you can do that your kids are gonna love, and they'll get to like be in nature, and they won't be like abusing animals. Like I know you don't know, but those animals are like, they're miserable and they're depressed and they're slaves. And he was just like, I want to see the dolphins. And like just stick, and he just hated me so much. And so he went and swam with those dolphins even harder. Like but I couldn't not say it. Yeah, and I had a feeling though that maybe he went back to his kids and was like, that crazy lady said dolphins are abused. And maybe Starter was like, wait, what?
Okay, now I'm feeling like my brain is clearing up after right before the podcast, I heard something crazy. And so I was like a little slow and distracted to close two hatches. Number one, the thing with the horse carriages. I didn't finish that. What happened was the family constellation. She basically said like 2 grandfathers ago. I was like, what did he do that was so unforgivable? He was probably just had like cirrhosis and beat her or cheated on her, whatever. And then I asked my uncle, I was like, what's up with the great grandfather? Like, what did he like? Oh, alcoholic cirrhosis. I'm like, yeah, of course. Yeah, that makes sense. Like whatever. And then he was like, yeah, he actually invented this contraption that kept horse carriages from falling apart. So like they would always kind of like spread apart, and he figured out how to make it so that they didn't.
This is true?
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
This is what you found out about your great grandfather?
And he was great.
Okay, great.
So he was a terrible businessman. It's no secret on this podcast that my grandfather passed on investing in McDonald's because he said no one would ever spend $1 on a hamburger. And so, but I have an aunt that has a giant Beanie Baby collection. So I feel like it's all came clean in the wash.
Well, you've turned things around in this family.
Totally, completely. And so, so it was like, I think there is like an inherited guilt of like having been a part of something like that. You know, it's like, it's just, it is even hardcore animal lovers.
Was that crazy for you to find out?
I mean, it was kind of a relief that it was like,
your family was part of the business was horse carriages, the thing that you like.
It makes me feel less crazy, and it makes me feel like there's some kind of cosmic plan that like, okay, I'm being driven. Like you were talking earlier about like how we're just like not making conscious choices. I do think I'm driven by like a guilt and a sort of like, okay, as we move through this life feeling like purposeless and like figuring out our terror management, strategy, I'm like, if I can just like spend time trying to undo that mess that my ancestors made, like that is an honorable existence.
I love that.
That's an honorable way to spend our time. All of our ancestors did disgusting shit. If we can just kind of like untangle that knot a tiny bit, it's like the least we can do. But also, it's epigenetic imprinting. There's some stuff that we can forgive ourselves for, whether we're crazy or irrational or intense or whatever, that is just like forces that are driving us, that is just about our species proliferating and being, it's like, it drives me, I know anxiety is real. I understand. But a lot of anxiety, I think, is good. People are like, I'm anxious all the time. I'm like, yeah, these are superpowers. Yes. This is like intuition. This is your body telling you to get out of the situation. Like, I feel like we diffuse a lot of our superpowers. So I'm a little bit of in a place where I'm like, oh, if you had said to me 10 years ago, if we were like having a drink at a bar and we're like, what is up with you and the horses? I'm like, I don't know. I feel like one of my ancestors probably like did something awful to horses. And I like am living my life trying to like clean up that mess. We would sound like crazy people.
Yeah, I'd go to my friend who lost her dad the next day and I go, you don't believe what Whitney said last night. You want to talk about it? Get your mind off your dad. She said that I would have brought it up as like, a lot of this story.
A lot of the shit that we say that sounds insane is like true. That's it's just weird to think.
No,
like,
I just wonder what in my past made me scared of fat drunk men on diving boards. That's one of my irrational fears. I don't like when men get like too ballsy on diving boards and they're drunk and they like bounce once and then they go back up, that bounce, and then they bounce again. I'm scared they're gonna like. I used to like panic as a child and like be in the after swim meets, like all the drunk dads trying to show off, and I'd just be like, no, and I didn't want to hear the sounds. I was so scared they're gonna hit thwack their head on the board.
That's the only social gathering I'm not afraid of. That really,
my god, even talking about it makes me like really nervous.
I love people with delusional confidence.
Oh
I
my
love
God.
it. The
I'm
idea
so
that
scared
they're
of people
like
getting
this
hurt.
tiny little diving board. I'm 400 pounds and like I'm gonna do a front flip and
Oh my
like
God.
get like Gina from the country club to be my side chick. Like I love
no, they're gonna
just
hit
a
their
crazy
head.
person like that. But I'm just okay, I know I have to let you go. But it's just like because I feel like my brain just started functioning
Get on
after
it.
being on like a trauma response of like I got some news earlier that I have a family member in the hospital and my brain just like had powered down.
Yeah.
But wait, the thing
What's
about the dolphin in captivity.
Yeah.
It's also, this is the thing about going back to hecklers. Like, was that, you remember when you said, like, have you ever been a heckler? Like, you in that situation, if someone in my show needs to say what they need to say as much as you needed to say that dolphin was abused, or I need to say, like, I am not getting in between you and this thing.
Yes.
Like,
okay.
we're hecklers
I like
in
that.
our own. We're hecklers in our own
I
way.
agree. I really do relate to people that speak up and are like, I don't like that. Like, I'm just like, what? You're right. That's like, okay, let me hear you because that's a ballsy move you just made. And usually it's alcohol induced because they have liquid courage, which is not actual courage. You're just dumber.
I think people are like, I gotta tell her. Like, people genuinely think, like, it's just wild to me because I'm like, you believe in what you're saying as strongly as I believe in what I'm saying about the dolphin or whatever.
Yes.
And like, I'm never gonna get in between you and that strident volition.
Yeah, because we relate to it. We have those passionate things too that we don't understand how people don't get
And,
it.
and like looping back to like Will Smith, you had 12 strides to
Yes.
change your mind.
Yeah.
It's like someone that heckles, like they're like, not now, no, I'll wait. Hold on, next one. Like they had plenty of time to think this through.
Oh my God.
I
yes.
know being drunk or whatever, but like this is, I don't know. It's like, I just think it is, as I move through life and I am, you know when you look at someone else's phone or computer and you're like, how do you live this way?
Yes.
You look at the apps on someone's home screen and you're like, whoa.
Oh,
and they look
no,
at
I don't know that feeling, but I know people having that response to my phone.
Or they look at
Yes,
yours and like,
yes.
how do you live this way? Like it is just, I am constantly stunned that people don't live the same way I do. And something someone told me in program in the very beginning, they're like, the only thing worse than being unconscious and not having a program is having one and then living in a world where most people don't have one.
Right.
And you feel like everybody's just like a zombie being like pulled by marionette dolls of like invisible forces of their ego and alcoholism and da-da-da. And you're just like, why doesn't everyone see everything the way I do?
It almost sucks to like have the veil lifted and see it because you want to save everyone and you want to like get people to understand like, okay, well you do that because of this and you don't have to do that anymore. And it just, and you cut yourself off from a lot of people and then you have to learn further in program or whatever program you're in. Like, that's part of it too, is letting go of trying to control people.
Like
It's
the
like
thing with,
it never ends.
when you see someone with a crazy eating disorder, I'm like, enjoy it while you can.
I say that to people who drink. I always go
Enjoy
when
it.
they're like, I drink. I go,
I hope
no,
you're enjoying
I hope
this.
you love it
Because
Love
there's going to
every
be
second.
a day
but you can't do it no more.
When you will have had drink, or when you had an eating disorder, you will have had it. So just enjoy it now where you don't
say
know
the
you
same
have
thing.
it. Like, I don't want to take this away from you, this
And
delusion.
you know what? That is the way to overcome addiction, I think, is acceptance that you need it. This is a thing. Like, I had so much shame about smoking pot. I quit in last
Last
August.
time you were on, you were talking about that.
Yeah, and what helped me was to I finally stopped being like, God, you're smoking pot again. It's the morning, like you said, you weren't gonna do it, and just feeling shame and like, oh God, you look the same as the guy on Hollywood Boulevard. Like, you're using the same pipe as someone uses for meth. Like, this is disgusting. You want to be loved. Like, I used to have all those thoughts. This day, I just go, how about you just are like, you know what, girl, you're doing your best. And this is a better thing than binging. This is a better thing. Like, thank God you have this pot. You need this because you're struggling today and you're in pain. Good thing you have this. Enjoy it because it's not going to be around forever. The second I just was like, yeah, it fell away within a week.
It's, by the way, once
It was gone.
and this is my whole thing about, like, I think a lot of why we have to do things is because they're taboo, and do we make them untaboo in order to like diffuse their power? It's, it's like when I'm like, you have to stop doing this bad thing. If I'm like, this isn't that bad, then all of a sudden that magnetic attraction of like hurting myself goes away because it stops being a weapon. When you unweaponize something, that's when you stop like needing to hurt yourself with it.
The anxiety you have from feeling shame about doing the thing that is going to cause you to do that more, because the only way to soothe anxiety about shame is to do something, is to do so it's going to cause you to use more. Just if you are drinking right now and you're embarrassed of it and you know you need to quit someday, or you smoke pot too much, or you have an eating disorder, if you anything that you're just embarrassed of, try this week just for me to just go, thank God I have this, because the alternative is kicking my dog.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
what,
Yeah.
if you didn't have that, you need that right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And thank God you have it, and fucking enjoy it, because you are going to get to a point where it's going to go away. So enjoy it now. Just appreciate that you can get loaded. Appreciate that you can, scream or do whatever you're doing. Just let yourself off the hook for it. Don't be shamed about it, because it's not going to make it go away.
And it's going to be over when it's over. It's like they say, like, you're done fucking the gorilla when the gorilla is done fucking you.
They say that?
Yeah. Okay. Wait, this isn't
What meetings are you going to?
Well, I mean, it's a one-on-one meeting with this guy in his hotel room where he's like, no, you're done when I'm done. Is that not it? No, this is something that I heard a lot in rehab of, like, it's a meeting called the Beast, which is like, as soon as you...
meeting? Was that bestiality? Okay, it's called the Beast.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, this is my animal rescue organization. I rescue them by fucking them.
Yeah.
No, it's the Beast, and about sort of like being humble to being able to go, like, our ego says, like, I can handle this today, or I'm going to stop eating those 10 sleeves of Oreos. If you're just like, I have absolutely no control over what I'm going to do in 20 minutes, and I now know that about myself, and the more I go, don't eat that, the more likely it is that I'm going to act out and cut and hurt myself. So just the idea of, like, I have a beast on my back, and the more I fight this, the harder it's going to be for me. So I can do the next indicated action and just, like, sit on the couch and, like, make an outreach call or, like, write a gratitude list and just hope that I don't piss this thing off.
Or when you do go into it, just forgive yourself for it and know that you're not a bad person because you're doing it. Like, you don't want to be, no one wants to be an addict. Like, you didn't choose this, and you might feel like you're choosing it, but it's all you have.
And it's also a superpower of, like, I think also when you turn your, like, character defects into superpowers, it really helps. Going like, okay, I'm eating 19 Fig Newtons in a row. 2,000 years ago, I would be the most important person in the tribe. Like this, my brain is wired like this for a reason, like these are superpowers. I don't need them anymore. And then the inner child work is what really helped me, but and scarcity complex stuff, but just the idea of, like, this is like, we're wired to do this. We're wired to go, like, okay, sugar, can't eat as much as possible and whatever. And, like, then I'm able to kind of, like, forgive myself and dismantle it all and just go, like, you can stop at any time. That really helped me. I did go metformin, I went on, which has really helped me with my, like, sugar stuff. Because I used to, like, have, like, major sugar stuff.
What is it? Sorry.
Metformin. So I do think, especially since your parents, you're worried about them, everything David Sinclair says to do, the NAD, the NMN, metformin, it's, like, all just, like, new anti-aging stuff. And just, like, how to, like, you can take, like, 8 years off your biological age now. The book is called Lifespan. And it's, like, I think it has helped so much.
I'll read any book you tell me to.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yes.
Yeah.
So I started going on metformin, and that's just helped me because I used to have, like, a sugar thing. I didn't like sugar at all during the day, but, like, at 2 a.m, I would just go hard on, like, fake protein bars. It just, like, like thousands of grams of sugar. Okay, what else are we going to close the hatch on? Because I just want to make sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of hatches open.
I mean, we did.
I feel pretty good. I haven't been bored in this conversation, and I don't know. I think we've probably lost a couple people in certain places, and that's but
they'll be back.
I would like those people to try to have a captivating conversation for 2.5 hours.
But here's what but I also think it's like, to me, the podcast I listen to, it's like, I'm not like, I don't want it to be like interesting fact, joke. Like, I'm hanging out with them and I'm learning that. But it's just, I think that what I'm like learning today, and I'm so glad it's you, is like when, like, life happens and you're not feeling, like, funny or, like, interesting or whatever, you still have to go to work.
I know. And this is one of those days. I have these days all the time. I'm sorry that you feel it with me, but, like,
I'm so glad it's with you, because I think if it was with anyone else, I would just be, because, like, when I get sad, like, I had a personal thing happen this morning, and when I get sad, I just get, like, really serious, and I would hope, but like, I was trying so hard to not be sad today, and it's so tiring.
Yes.
To, like, when you just need to cry and you just can't. And then I guess I just had such a like the inability to just sort of, like, feel your feelings. I haven't had that in a really long time, where it's like I had to be on this TV show today where I had to, like, be on and funny and silly, and I just was like, mad at the people making the show that I'm like, why are you you were dying. Like, it just, I was in such an existential crisis. And I just was like, I was trying to like show off like cool things about my house. And it's just
be
like
funny and on
and
the
it just
fly.
is like, we're dying. But it just, nothing mattered.
But you couldn't actually say what you wanted to talk about most of all. Yeah.
And I feel so like emotionally like constipated. Like
Dude,
confused. So I'm like, I feel like I was very boring in the beginning because I was just like, I was just like coming out of the haze.
I
and
felt
I was
the same way about myself, and I have so much guilt about it. A lot of times when I do podcasts where I'm just like, did you say anything funny? That's why I made that stupid lean in like I was just like,
I loved it.
But I'm just like burping up this punchline, just trying to be interesting. And that's what I have the most guilt about is like sometimes I'm like, am I even funny? Like, you're too serious. Like, I was on doing the press today and people just kept going like, whoa, this is a heavy show. And I'm like, I get that note so much from lighthearted shows. They go like, we went there today. And I go, well, actually, that's a good thing. You know what? Fuck it.
But you know what else it is? It's this thing of like, and I'm a woman, I have to be twice as funny to get half as, and it's just sort of like, at this point, if you fuck with me, you fuck with me. And that's all. They're like, I can't control this. And I just try to go like, I'm giving someone permission today to not have to be on all the time and not have to be like, whatever. And like, I can also cut the boring shit out later if I want to. It's just sort of like, at what point, you dumb whore, are you just going to stop?
No, but here's
doing
the thing. This is important. If people do make it to the end of this podcast, which who knows at this point.
Oh, no, they will.
But if they make it to the end, I think this is actually so awesome because so many people have to show up to work when they aren't feeling it. And to see Whitney Cummings, who you just project a lot of like, she's always on. She can always like rally. It seems like nothing affects her. It's nice to see that sometimes this shit gets to you too. And like, you're still showing up and providing in the way that you can. And like, you can make something of it. So I think this is important for people to see.
I love you so much. NIKKI, GLASER, don't ride elephants. I end these awkwardly and I got to get these hoops off because I can't feel my head.